hoping that I'll be somebody one day. Not just a lost cause halfway house. I want a big green lawn that goes on. And a family that loves me, yeah, that would be so sweet. Lemonade in the shade and cold brew iced tea, yeah, I can picture it now. I'm gonna make it somehow, I'm gonna make it somehow. I wasted too much time trying to be myself, trying to be like everybody else. Cause I thought what I wanted was be wanted by the wrong crap. That part of town, going nowhere, hellbound. I'm chained to the same lane, brain wanna be daydream. Just a loser with a bad scheme, yeah, but that's all in the past now. I'm going fast now, going fast now. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found. Hoping that I'll be somebody one day. Not just a lost cause, nowhere town. I want a great big house with a loving spouse and kids that really love me, yeah, that would be so sweet. Lemonade in the shade and cold brew iced tea, yeah, I can picture it now. I'm gonna make it somehow, I'm gonna make it somehow. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found.
I'll be flashing my pink and in 10 seconds flat, you'll be back with a drink. Whoa! Bring out the Good evening, everybody. How you doing? I want to start off by welcoming Tetratitis, who, like, got a membership to Seething when the stream went up, like, 7 hours ago or something. Super fucking based. How we doing, everybody? How we doing? Fuck me. Fuck me. I am too old. Too old for drinking streams, guys. Okay, listen. I owe you guys a couple of things. Firstly, I owe you, like, and we will do this at the end, going over Jake Weddle's father's fucking crime documentary. I'll dig it up because someone told me someone paid for that, and I was too blackout drunk to actually put it on. And secondly, I just want it noted that it took me a couple of days to recover, but I did beat Toastify. Toastify actually passed out. I beat the Zoomer. That's all that really matters. We're not doing that again. Listen, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking by having drink a shot on Zionism. What the fuck is wrong with me? I have had, like, listen, I have had 2 days. 2 days of inquisitions from fucking Twitch poll over this shit. Fuck. Okay, listen. Fuck, man. Like, Jesus. At least you had fun. It was good laugh. Thanks for everyone who actually came onto that. It was actually, listen, it was a blast. I like streams like that where it's just like kickback. Mustn't become a habit, okay? I don't drink much. But I have missed you guys. I've been busy this week, though. We are putting together a couple of different projects. I've been recording stuff for Vlad. He's going to have something coming out soon as well, which is really fucking cool. I'm pretty excited. But I tell you, I was DMing Chuuli earlier, because Chuuli saw Axe's thumbnail and was like, this is fucking banging. And I was like, I know it is. Axe has been an absolute trooper through going through all this drama. There's another thumbnail that hasn't been used yet, but their art has made this so much better, because I do feel like this little arc we're currently trudging through needs its own theme, and it's quite nice. I think they'll all get put in a playlist, actually. I think I will do that. Sapient Pearwood with 5, you know you want to do it again. Please do not encourage bad behavior. Someone messaged me afterwards and was like, how does it feel that your drunken crash out still isn't as insane as Chud's drunken crash out? And I'm like, I feel like I'm letting the side down. I don't know if people know about Chud's drunken crash outs. One day I will talk about them, because some of them have been fucking banging. Like, oh fuck. I do, however, have, like, every time I reinvigorate my hatred for fucking Twitch politics and having to deal with any of the fallout from it. It is fucking agony. But thank you all. It was a banging stream. Thanks for everyone who came on, and thank you, chat, for chilling. It was a good laugh. Okay, listen. Work is mental for me this week. It has actually been very back to back as well. So I have shit to do tomorrow. So I don't know how long this stream is going to go. So I do want to get into it. What are your thoughts on Austrian painters? I do. I mean, they produce some great artists over time. Okay, fuck all of you. If I ever have a drunken crash out, you'll find out via the news. Jesus. Have you been watching the Cinder drama? I have been watching the Cinder drama. I actually did a stream on it. I haven't seen the latest updates though. Ray with the 5. How long is this call, Becca? I need to know whether the sleep deprivation will be worth it. This is only in about an hour and 15 minutes. Now, I don't know. I've listened to bits of it, and I think there's going to be some like bouncing between this call and the other ones. Potentially. If we need to fill in some gaps, or if I can't remember something, then that'll be needed. Star Sprinter with the gifted 5 Cope and Seed memberships, 07 in the chat. Let's fucking go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. It's gonna be one of those fucking banging streams. I can already tell. Beckett, do you want to be a cameo in my autism project? If you do, you want to be an infected corpse or a survivor? Survivor, but not a depressing one. Like one of the ones that goes crazy. That would be great. Hello, I'm here, but not really. I'll be present in a little bit. Based, Chuuli. Based. Okay. Okay, before we get into this, does anyone else have any thoughts, feelings before we get started and my brain begins to, like, shut down into fucking locked-in mode? It was a hilarious stream and you managed not to get cancelled. Don't speak too fucking soon. Listen, I had an hour and a half call with fucking Twitch poor people asking me about Brianna Wu, bro. Jesus. Never cancelled for the things you think you're gonna get cancelled for. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think we're good. Let's get the fuck into it. Now, right off the bat, Lio has another one of his classic, if you're triggered by a trigger warning, you know that's gay. And listen, mate, listen. We all know what's in these calls. We all know. We all know. You could at least make it interesting. Give us some red flashing lights. No, like, then you'll get, like, claims you're trying to make people epileptic or some shit. Maybe don't do that. And give, like, can you do, like, a Mega Man warning sign? You know, like, when you're about to fight a boss in Mega Man, it's like, you have like warning come up. Like that would be great if you could do that. That would be fucking chef's kiss.
Hey there, you know who this is, so let's get into it. Eyes up and on the screen. You know the drill. And if this bothers you, be aware that you're triggered by a trigger warning. You'll be okay, I promise. So the last calls I uploaded had to do with Kayden Monroe and Michael Schomer. We're going to focus back on Kayden. In the preamble before the call, I mentioned that there was a previous call between Kayden and Chuuli that happened several months beforehand. What I'm going to play is that very call. Be aware that there's some editing down of personal info, but other than that, it's complete. You can compare it to the other call to spot the patterns and issues. Here you go.
So we were just going over, Kayden originally thought that this was about him blocking you on Twitter. I've told him no, that I conveyed to you. I didn't think that there was anything malicious in that, and it was probably just a matter of like,
you think I'm smart enough to do that? You know better. It took me 4 years to figure out there's a snipping tool in Vegas. I'll help you. I'll actually make you something. I only heard the Michael Schomer call. That Michael Schomer guy sounds like Kermit the Frog. I haven't listened to that yet. It's on the list though. It is on the list.
The timing of when the things that you were tweeting out were being tweeted, and I was right.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that actually, if that was like, if that correlated with any recent events.
It did. Look, I don't know if you guys follow what's happened to me this year. I started this year by having a man with 30,000 followers on Twitch systematically going after me, my friends, and my friend's now current girlfriend.
I am fascinated to know what the fuck that's over. How did you get, like, this is back in 2024. Do you know how hard it is to get, like, somebody with, like, 30,000 followers on Twitch going after you in 2024? Like, what do you have to do? That's actually kind of like, that must have been fucking a bizarre drama.
To the point where it was basically about to ruin, like...
My friend's current girlfriend, I'm calling it, it's Nezzy. Oh, do you think it's Nezzy? Oh, that would actually make a ton of sense. That would make a ton of fucking sense.
so many lives, and like I'm still feeling like it wasn't until like this past weekend when I took a break away from town did I really just finally get like good sleep.
They were calling a dude out for being a weirdo. Kayden is severely overstating what happened there. And no, it wasn't Nezzy. Okay, listen, Lio, we're gonna all pretend it was Nezzy because it's far funnier this way.
So like I've just been stressed all year as it is, so that was the major reason why I was doing all that stuff, the blog. But I do wonder why we're here right.
Okay, like I'm gonna level with you guys. You hit a point at over 30 where you're allowed to be stressed about online drama. If you're not being directly called a pedophile or being sued or like dragged through courts or like the stuff that's happening to like iDubbbz right now. iDubbbz can be stressed about that because it's like every single fucking day, right? Like you get it. But like there is a point where you're over 30 where if a drama's going on, you get to be stressed for like a week. You get to be annoyed for like a couple of days because anything past that, unless this is like your full-time profession and like you're taking serious hits to your income, I think you need to get a grip. Honestly, nothing here is that serious. Honest to God, if you're over 30, you should have enough of your life together, it shouldn't matter. Braindead with 5, getting 80 for the Nathan Weddle vid, watching 5 minutes of it, laughing, 5 minutes of ranting, then screaming back to Hassan is a top 10 moment for me. I'm going to be honest with you, I do not remember actually watching the Nathan Weddle segment. Listen, guys. Oh, fuck.
Now,
I can give a bit of an explanation, Chuuli, or do you want to?
I think it would be better if you did. Personally.
Okay, so Chuuli has been going over some of the past behavior of individuals within the community, specifically based on like vague memories that she had, and
Rex Defect with a 5. Need Lio to cover a mini drama and make an equally mini model for it. Drop someone's gamer moment while clicking a $10 Star Wars model to you. Actually, that'd be fucking great. That'd be fucking great. Oh, Nathan Weddle in the chat. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Thanks for messaging in from prison. Actually, I did catch one thing because someone sent it to me. Like, Chud went over and he was like, shout out to Beckett for like finding this and sending it to Queeman. I felt really bad because I don't think I'm the one that found it. I think it's Max that found it. And it was either Max or Morale that found this. And secondly, the entire chat's like, of course Beckett found it. Fuck, guys, come on. You know I pay people to do the work for me. Teddy with the 10. Those gloves always freak me out. I always feel like he's going to start doing experiments on a woman he kidnapped. Nah, that's another Lio drama. Anyway.
For a lot of what she thought she remembered, she didn't think that she had like proof or records of it happening, and she recently came to understand that she does have records of some stuff that she for a while was questioning whether it happened the way she remembered. And we wanted to ask your perspective on it because it is a little concerning.
Okay.
I don't know how to really start this.
Now, I'd like to just take a moment to restate my position on Kayden as a person involved in all this, because here's part of the thing. We'll get into little bits of this, but like Kayden is far away from the most egregious person involved in the dramas around Chuuli. Like pretty weird, very low impulse control, juvenile, obviously needs to apologize, but like far and away from stuff like V Omega was doing of like directly sending Chuuli like fucking cartoon pornography and shit. Like, part of this is down to the reactions. I'll be honest, I listened to some of this and it somehow made me hate him more. I don't know how you fuck up a call like this. I actually don't get it. It's like he's got a playlist of shit you just should never say when you're being confronted with stuff like this, and then he just says it. I don't understand. I don't fucking get it. Pinker with 2. What kind of flowers should I buy today? Either roses or orchids. Both of those are really expensive. I don't care. Oh, wait. Tulips. Go and crash an economy. I don't know whether that's a niche joke or not. Anyway.
So I think most people here know that when I joined as a content creator, I was very young.
Mm-hmm.
I was 14 when I started, and it wasn't until the end of 2020 that I actually became an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of memories from those 4 years.
Okay.
And I knew of certain things
Hey, Chuuli, welcome in.
that had happened to me, certain men that did things like V Omega,
Mm-hmm.
who very, very explicitly sent me porn that he drew
Jesus
multiple
Christ.
times.
See, okay, here's just like the first bit of me disliking Kayden as well. It's like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe V Omega did that. Bro, you were constantly fucking horny posting. Like, yes, it's bad. We're not, like, but are you surprised? This is the community you're a part of. Like, the part of the frustration is, it's like, if you go to somebody like Vlad, and you're like, oh, Vlad, you know, the shit that's in your server, or the people posting gore shit, it's like, well, yeah. Obviously, it's Vlad's community, right? Or if you came to me and was like, hey, Beckett, you know all the fucking, like, crazy art your community produces? Yeah. Yeah, like, and we moderate within that occasionally when we need to. But just being like, the problem with a lot of these people is the feigned outrage. I can't believe that happened. Yes, you can. What do you mean? You were actively engaging in conversations like this in public general chats with minors around that you knew about. Fuck off. Kai rides with a 5. Kayden is reading out the Toon playbook with addendum by Nezzy. Oh, we'll get to that. There is some interesting parallels that I noticed, which is again, is there a script that I don't know about? Teddy with the 5. Bro, why did Pinker get me roses, orchids, and tulips? What the fuck? Because Pinker's the best. Be grateful. Be fucking grateful.
And also, I can't even keep track of who all did things.
It was what, girlfriend at the time, boyfriend?
Oh,
and
right,
then
yeah, his partner at the time, and then
Digby and Riz.
Gilded with the 5. I want you to know, Blackett, that I had people spamming me asking me why I'm not here while I was asking. Well, I almost. Community. I don't know why you're surprised by this.
TP?
Raz.
Love you, buddy.
No, Raz, no, Digby.
Digby. I was about to say TP. What the fuck?
No, not TP.
I would never imagine TP doing something as malicious as something like that. Like,
And I'm just going to put it bluntly, ever since...
Hold on. F? Am I dead? I don't seem dead. Am I dead? I shouldn't be dead. Why am I dead? I'm back. I'm back. Do I live? Why am I not alive? What is happening to me? Why would the fuck would you automatically say TP? It's like, dude. Refreshing worked. I'm here. Okay, cool. Like, I don't know what that fuck that's about. Give me a second. You were dead? I can hear my computer screaming against whatever's going on with this fucking RAM storage. But while I have a second, Just so we're clear, you guys want to know how bad this has gotten? Ignore the Schindler's List post. Where the fuck is this? Wait, where did I post this? I didn't post it here. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. I have to be like super careful because look, I've been looking at a lot of stuff on Twitter. I broke him. Victory is mine. So true, Vlad. So true. Where the fuck is it? Okay, here we go. So recently, Vlad's existence was being interrogated. And it has been, apparently, Vlad is now being accused of being my orbiter. And I found this fucking hilarious. So we'll do this quickly. We'll give the stream a chance to stabilize and we'll go back to the call.
Treat him as 100% representative towards Beckett, okay? So if Gildapoo says something retarded, see, he's usually in this chat here. Anyway, if Gildapoo says something retarded, I'm going to blame Beckett, okay? That's the plan here, guys, okay? Gildapoo says something, it's Beckett's fault, okay? If Gildapoo says something good, Beckett gets the credit too.
True.
So Gildapoo, you're not your own person. You're like a gay retard.
I have orbiters. I have won. Finally, victory is mine. God, it's so fucking dumb, guys. Anyway, okay, we're going back because I just want to soak this in. Aren't we all yeah, for those who don't know, the person whose stream that's from is Parry, and Parry is unironically one of my favorite current trolls in like the roundabout community. He's basically just like just everything is like designed to try and get under somebody's skin, and it's unironically very funny. So okay, we're back to the call. We're focusing in. We're locked in, chat. Teddy with the 5. Did you just send me a status tweet of myself? The fuck? Why? Which one is this? Sending Schindler's List one. Thank you for the 5. It's not even one of mine. For the record, I had more subs than Beckett when he met me. Blackett simply overtook me because he manages to have a better work ethic. There's a lot of truth to that.
And then
Rain with the 5. Okay, eyelids too heavy and I don't want to condition myself into falling asleep to cope and seethe, so give me a sticker so I can go to sleep. Fair enough. How can I argue with that? Well done, chat. Once again, you have hit the goal super early on. You have that fucking sticker, that good boy sticker. I'm super proud of you guys. Okay. I need to understand this, but let's go.
It was what, girlfriend at the time, boyfriend?
Oh,
and then
his partner at the time, and then
Digby and Riz.
TP?
Blue Raz.
No, Digby.
Digby. I was about to say TP. What the fuck?
No, not TP.
I would never imagine TP doing something as malicious as something like that.
And I
mean, it's so weird listening to the way that this is kind of rationalized within the friendship group. It's like, I could never imagine this person doing this crazy thing. Can't you? Because I feel like you can. I feel like it's not actually difficult for you to imagine that, considering what that group used to talk about pretty fucking openly, right? Is that crazy? Teddy with the 20. Teddy with the 20? Thank you, bro. What the fuck is this? Dude, that doesn't give me a tweet or anything. It doesn't lead to anything. I'm really sorry. Thanks for the 20.
I'm just going to put it bluntly, ever since we grew distant after I became an adult, so like 2022 and onward, I have had very vague negative memories of you, where I knew that you left a negative impression on me in a concerning way, but I could not remember exactly what happened. And the most I had for a long time, because I didn't think I had anything, was one of the times when V Omega sent me porn. We ended up going into conversation about his sexual preferences. I was a 15-year-old, mind you.
Okay.
And I threw out very innocently, because I was 15, I didn't know how damning it was for me to have this knowledge at the time. I very innocently threw out that I knew yours.
Okay, so this is the DMs we've seen before. Chuuli, this is so fucked. How did you get put in these fucking, like... You know, there's this thing where it's like, if you're in a conversation with like a 15-year-old and they can throw out the fucking sexual preferences of other people in that group, that's kind of a fucking issue, right? Like, do you not see that as an issue? Is that not fucking weird? Gilda with a 2. Check the group DM. Lio I'm doing it now. Lio be leaking shit. I've just seen. I don't know if I can show it. I can't believe you nearly crashed him over there. That's fucking bizarre. Gangster with the 5. Anyone hear about the supposed Saberspark allegations? I have indeed. I have talked about them on Twitter. I will probably talk about them on stream along with the rest of the DA group. Probably next week now. Gilded with the 2. That's some badass grooming music in the background. Lio's music choice is always choice. Brian Isaacs with a 2. Did you see that Morale covered Mama Max? I did not. I have not seen anything from Morale in ages. I don't know when does Morale even stream?
And that was the crumb of evidence that I had that you had talked about things in front of me that you should not have talked about.
Fair.
But that's all I thought I had. And I went recently. I went into DMs and I found an instance where I came to her very upset it was October of 2019 when I was...
Okay.
Teddy with the 10. Beckett has scammed me and deserves to be sued, much like Carl Jacobs, and then shot. Which I think, Teddy, is a very extreme statement. Does this count as scamming you if I'm not reading your real message? Does that count? I think that might count.
Just about to turn 17.
Okay.
And I relate to her an instance that had happened that night where you essentially verbally sexually harassed me in a call after my repeated attempts to ask you to stop. And in that same upset tangent that I went on in her DMs, I found that I had talked about 4 other instances where that had happened. One of them being in a Punish Rocket stream while she was high. And I went looking for dates of her streams that happened around that time. And
Hold on. I just want to go back slightly. Because I think this is the first time I'm hearing the additionals.
Just stop. Happened that night. Relate to her an instance that had happened that night where you essentially verbally sexually harassed me in a call after my repeated attempts to ask you to stop. And in that same upset tangent that I went on in her DMs, I found that I had talked about 4 other instances where that had happened. One of them being in a Punish Rocket stream while she was high. And I went looking for dates of her streams that happened around that time. And the event that I talked...
Here's the thing. Okay. So I'm always back and forth on this, and Kayden makes this point where it's like, well, this is a sense of humor thing, right? And like, if Chuuli was older, and like, if I was in a call with one of my female friends, and I was like, I don't know, kiss my ass or something, or some vaguely kind of you know, jokey kind of turn of phrase that could be a sexual comment, I'd be like, okay, cool, you don't like that language. And I've got friends who are girls who don't like particular language I use, and then I won't use it around them. I think that's reasonable. But then if they came out and were like, oh, well, that's sexual harassment, I'd be like, listen, I'm sorry that upset you and things, and I'll choose my words more carefully, but I think that might be an extreme accusation. But the problem here is what you've got is multiple instances of this guy doing this around a 15-year-old. It's like, I think at a baseline, why the fuck are you in these calls in the first place? I'm sorry, like I've had this argument. I mean, I said something about Twitch poll at the beginning, and this comes back to like one of the conversations. Like there's a couple of people in Twitch poll, like Bunk, for those who know who Bunk is, who were under 18. And people were debating with these people in room calls with them, and I got pushback at the time because I was like, I'm not getting in on panels or having calls with these fucking people because they are under the age of 18, and I am in my 30s. Why the fuck can you, like, just do people not realize, like, unless I am related to that person or they're like the kids of one of my best friends, I am not. I have no reason to be near that child. Okay, and it's not like oh, all adults are sus. It's just like, why the fuck? Listen, I don't particularly want to spend massive amounts of time around like people under the age of 18 who I'm fucking related to, let alone the people who I'm not. I don't understand how this is a thing you can just sort of like brush off to the side. It's like, oh, you know, we were just in a call the other night with this, 14-year-old. What the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? Do you not find this deeply suspicious? Do you not think that in itself is enough that it's fucking weird, bro? Hidden with the 5. Hey, Hidden, how you doing? I think it's also the fact Chuuli asked him to stop and didn't. Humor aside, ignoring boundaries is whack, especially around a minor. Yes, absolutely. And it's fine. Listen, it's fine that some people aren't going to like certain jokes. That's okay. That's okay. And like, you don't make those jokes. And there can be exceptional circumstances or whatever. But if it keeps happening just over and over and over again, it's like, well, that's just a fucking pattern of behavior. I don't know how people even find random 14-year-olds. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it seems like there should be some sort of vague boundaries laid out in the fucking community. I don't know what to tell you. Absolutely fucking wild.
Talked about happening did happen. I complained to her that you, as a 27-year-old man.
Oh, also, final point to this. We're not just talking about some like edgy 4chan community, right? We're not talking about like Encyclopedia Dramatica. ED had a lot of fucking people under the age of 18, and there was some really fucking crazy shit that happened. Really crazy shit that happened in ED. But the thing is, like, vast amounts of that community were under the age of 18, and at the same time they were all insane trolls. Okay, so like you've got that sort of like baseline of how everyone's acting. That's not the case for the art community. You're talking about a community that was hella fucking woke, and making huge steps towards, calling people out, making sure that there was like a vague sense of like, oh, we need to respect people because this is a safe space. And then you look at like the shit that actually happened, you're like, bro, some of this shit does actually rival ED. What the fuck were you doing?
And I think at that time, kept making jokes about me, a 15-year-old, sucking on Ponder's dick live in front of everyone. And I told you that made me...
Also, another element, doing this publicly on a stream. That's weird, bro. That's weird.
Uncomfortable.
Yes, Chuuli woke. Listen, Chuuli referred to me as the token Hitlerite friend recently, so I...
And you did it again, and then I told you to stop, and you made a joke out of it again. And then when I got very obviously heated after that point, you muted me in the call, and then joked about how I didn't have the balls to confront you. And after that happened...
What a fucking pussy. Like, what a... Chuuli won't confront me. Firstly, she'll confront you now, and secondly, you fucking you muted her. I hope I forgot I did that. Oh, it all comes full circle. Vlad with the 5. I was online when I was like 11. I never got groomed. Is there something wrong with me? Was it something I said? Yes and yes. Don't worry, we're making up for lost time.
And I, again, innocently, because I didn't realize just how bad all of this was, I opened another server and talked about how the first thing I saw was someone being sexual. And you, and I think it was Fagos, also in the call. And also,
Shocking.
I don't think I knew how old I was. Made a joke out of it and talked about how it was like what I signed up for when I got on Discord. And so that is the most concrete proof I have of an event. And I remember in another instance, because again, it was 4 instances that you did this to me, that I, at the very least, I documented, where you started posting GIFs of dildos, and
What?
I told you to stop, and you didn't, and you defended it by saying that it wasn't sexual because they weren't real dicks. And that was the one time.
I think it's the compoundingness of it. It really is. Like, I'm listening to this. Where's Chuuli? Where's Chuli's channel? Where is Chuli's channel? Give me a second. Because I just,
in between me
you know,
and
I really want to
Avi.
drive home how some of this compounded. Befriending a ghost in Blaze. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? I think it's around here. I'm remembering what Chuli's gameplay was to try and find it, which is like, ah, here we are. Yeah, just this bit. I don't know. Also, Chuuli, can you just DM me and tell me what this game is? Because I've watched this video a couple of times to look at something, and now I kind of want to know what the game is so I can play it. B for Mats, I am so glad I was a band nerd, too busy to be online. It's turned out well in a long time. Thank you for the 5 months of coping.
the handle and started screaming at me about how I was calling him a rapist, and decided that I needed to be educated on the topic. He then proceeded to show me this table, which I recall him saying was one of his favorite images, explaining the difference between BDSM and abuse. Fucking awesome. Yeah, the other shit like you spamming.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's when you take everything in totality, it's like, this is kind of not very defensible, really. Don't worry, guys. He's going to try.
Gifts of sex toys because haha porn, and linking up pinup galleries right in front of me can be argued as you being sexual around instead of towards, which didn't fucking matter because I wasn't just a passive bystander. I told.
But it's like, but you're being directly like explaining BDSM to a minor is being sexual towards that minor. How is this a difficult fucking concept for you, bro? Like, are you retarded? Like, what are you doing? Actually, to be fair, his defense is that he has found out he's retarded. Spoiler warning.
That you backed down because Ponder was in that call and she told you to stop and you listened to her. But I feel the need to accentuate that every time I begged for you to stop being sexual in front of me and posting sexual things and talking about.
Cassie with the 5, I was too busy selling stocks and scamming other 10-year-olds on Neopet to get groomed online. I don't think that's better. Frowning Brain with the 5, it's really uncomfortable how lackluster he is around, he is being sexual around minors. Yeah, because, like, creating this environment for minors is in itself, like, Chuuli makes this argument in her video. It's like, well, you end up normalizing that for that minor, and then it's far more easy for people like V Omega to come and be like, hey, have you ever seen yiffing porn? And it's like, bro, you contributed to this. Like, sorry, you just actively contributed to it. And again, he can just apologize and be like, dude, what the fuck was wrong with me? Like, and there are so many other things in the Chuuli story that would probably have been the end of it. Ironically, it's everything that he's done since that point that has like sort of like focused attention on him. And it's like, unironically, like, people ask, like, if you're dating somebody online, should your partner ever get involved? It's like, no. And like, Blaze is a perfect example of this, because Blaze has made the situation worse for him. Unironically, from just being insufferable.
About sexual things, you did not stop.
I'm not saying this to be malicious. I am not saying this. This is a lot to take in, mind you. I would like to see the proof. If you do have it. If you have it, I'll... To be clear,
in the follow-up call, I'm not going to play it. You know, if anyone's like, Beckett, you need to show it, then I'll go and find wherever the fuck it is in the video. But they listened to the call. And Lai was just like, bro, what Chuuli said happened. Like, that's in the call. There's no context, like, that kind of, like, helps with this. It just happens, bro. What?
I'll accept all responsibility and apologize here right now.
Spoiler alert, he does not do that.
It does sound like my behavior to joke about something, not stopping it for a period of time until someone authoritative told me to stop. I think
you were in your 30s, bro. You were in your 30s. What do you mean? You're being told by... Look, oh, dude, if you're a guy in your 30s talking about how you enjoy BDSM, but you need Ponder to fucking step in and tell you to stop being weird around minors, maybe you should take a good, long, hard look at your life and go outside and touch some fucking grass. Like, this feels like a non-wild concept. Gilded with the 5, I would have just called minor Chuuli slurs until she ran away from me forever. Better to be a racist than a groomer. So fucking true. So fucking true.
And you don't have to take my word on this one, and I'm not saying you have to take my word on this one. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler, Kayden doesn't get social cues. I can't pronounce whatever the fuck that is, but thank you for the 2.
B can tell you up front, and you still want to be referred to as B, if I'm correct.
I'm fine with either.
Yeah.
I hope that link still works.
I think
it's video unavailable. Video
okay.
private. Video is private. You need to unlist it.
Yes, I can actually maybe go directly in and I can share screen.
The only thing I would say is whenever I said the state, it's like I have a lot of euphemisms in my vocabulary, and some of those euphemisms are thankfully very much dead. Okay.
What, bro? Oh, I've just got euphemisms. I've got better over time. Bro, what?
That worked.
Okay. Can everyone see the video?
Yes.
Alright, let me know when you're ready for me to play.
Now, this is an explanation, not an excuse.
Oh, fuck. Okay, take it from me. Whenever people say this, like, okay, if people are pushing you for an explanation and you really don't want to give one, just be like, listen, there are reasons. They don't matter though. They don't matter. I'm just sorry. Like, but when you do the whole kind of like explanations, not excuses, it always sounds like an excuse, even when it's not. And unfortunately, as you get further down the line and you get more defensive, it kind of becomes an excuse, right? This is why when I was in drama early in the year, I was like, I want to be very clear that I can give you explanations. I can also apologize. It does not like alleviate any levels of guilt or wrongdoing that I've done, because that's not why I'm giving it to you, and it should not be there for sympathy. You end up having to give me so many prefaces that it's like, unless somebody really wants the explanation, there's literally no point giving it to them. Artemis, with a 5, he turned 30 and learned how not to groom minors. Bro, he's already 30 at this point. Like...
And Ponder can back me up on this. It's been an issue I've had since... It seems since childhood. Now, when I say stuff like that, I was insinuating in the sense of you were kissing up.
Okay, but that's not what you said.
I know that's not what I said.
Yes, and that is the problem.
I'm just...
Do you know how Kayden could have avoided this entire drama? Not being in a call with a fucking 15-year-old. Isn't that crazy? That, like, if you'd just been like, hey, this person's... Do you know there's actually, like, a process you're meant to go through if you're in DMs with somebody who is, like, vastly younger than you and underage? I don't know if people know this, but this is actually true. That there's a thing you're meant to do, which is you find out somebody's 15 and you say to them, hey, we can no longer talk to each other like ever. It's very simple. It's, hey, are you having DMs with somebody that if the police saw it, they might think that that's a little bit suspicious? Maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Now, again, this isn't me making an accusation. I'm just being clear of what you're meant to do. Because otherwise, because other people are looking at this, and I think Chris did this, where Chris was just like, sounds like this dude's a groomer then. Because, like, some people are not going to be as careful as I am about calling people pedophiles. I'm sorry, but, like, this isn't just to protect minors either. Like, obviously, like, Chuli's been fucked over. She has my, like, sympathies. But this is just, like, general cliff notes to protect yourself. The fuck are you doing? You absolute howling retard.
Explain.
Okay. I understood what you meant by the innuendo, but the innuendo was still sexually charged at me, and when I told you to stop, you didn't stop.
That is where I was getting to the actual explanation.
Hold on, just to be clear, because I know bits of this call are cut out. Did you show him the video in this call? Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like Ponder brought up the call and showed it to him. Am I right in thinking that? I'm gonna roll a cigarette while Lio or Chuuli answers. Because if that is the case, we're about to go off on a little bit of another line and tangent here. Sorry, bear with the silence a second. That is correct. That's correct? What do you mean? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Hold on. Hold the fuck on a second. Where the fuck is this call? It's this one, isn't it?
Eyes up and on.
We actually do have to go through this call. What? Give me a second.
Explain what was said about you. I'll have to like slightly give context to something mentioned prior. I'm gonna get screenshots to what I can.
Okay.
It was a bit of a lengthy segment, so it may take me just a bit.
Oh, fuck, where is it in this call? Important to mention, I know the context of the thing.
important to mention?
I see.
I
That's
know the
Bitcoin.
context of that. The thing that I said was there. What I said was when Chuuli was sucking up. Well, I kissing up, sucking up, whatever. You want to put that in the phrase. I used the phrase Chuuli sucking your dick.
Shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done that. But that was also the nature of the server.
Sorry, listen, when I went through this fucking call, I was playing Oblivion, and it was like, I went through this call at the end of, like, at like the 6-hour mark of that stream, and I was just playing Oblivion, and now I'm just like, I'm listening back to this in, like, comparison to, like, the new call, and I'm like, so you're admitting here that that's the nature of the server. The issue is that that's like the nature of that server was that people were in it were doing this stuff. I mean, that's the problem. And you were one of the people doing those things. This is like, bro, this isn't a defense. This is fucking mental.
Here's the thing that I need you to internalize here. And I say this without like dogging on you or judging you harshly. Regardless of the nature of a server, like, you make your own decisions here. The nature of this server is extremely emotionally volatile. I choose whether or not I want to be that or whether or not I want to remain calm. So just something to keep in mind going forward, regardless of spaces you're in.
Kayden using the toasty defense. Guys, there will be toasty content in the future. Okay? There will be toasty content in the future, and let me tell you, I am very fucking excited having heard little bits of it. There's a spoiler. There's a spoiler for future content. It's going to be fucking banging, guys. It's going to be so banging.
But the other thing I'll say that is not something I do anymore. In fact, I actively stay away from minors in these servers. If I'm in a server with minors,
Okay, we need to keep looking for contacts. So we're at 12. Okay. I think it's around here.
Want to post it because they were extremely high at the time and were barely listening. I have the audio from that incident, but I don't want to post it because I would be so uncomfortable with that being public because it's so humiliating.
Fuck you.
Excuse me?
What was it?
I saw the footage. They shared it with me. The context was clear. And they removed it and are making me look worse. Was it appropriate? No.
But they shared it with you in this call. And you're like, oh, this is really bad. Let me blame autism. What the fuck are you on about?
Are you talking about the stream clip?
Yeah, I'm talking about the stream clip. It's not in the video.
Are you shitting me?
No.
So context was omitted?
Context was omitted.
Is the stream still accessible?
Oh boy.
Only with one person.
See money.
And I'm not going to say their name unless they...
Kayden.
Let me grumble. I said this when I was like listening to it the first time. Let me grumble. Like a fucking child. What a fucking child. Bro, I wish I was in this call. It would have been fun. True, Gilded. Lion needs to invite us to more calls. Chuuli is a sweetheart. Love her down always. Good evening, Thuman. How you doing, hun? I cannot imagine a context that would make him look better. The thing is, as well, it's like, the main thing is, it's not the joke. It's the fact that he carried on doing it and then bitched out and, like, muted Chuuli. If anything, like, they show him the context in that call, and he's in this one with his fucking, like... Oh, dude, how misogynistic can I be tonight? Like, I really fucking hate Blaze. Like, it's just unreal. Like... And I'm like, you're sat here, like, you listen to it, Hey, we're going to listen to it a little bit more and then we'll go back to the new call. Writing with a 5. I agree with Chuuli not posting it. Why would you want to post something that makes you uncomfortable, no matter the context? Well, in Chuli's opinion as well, she doesn't need to. Because seemingly, in the call we're listening to, like, the main call we're listening to, he agrees with them. He fucking agrees with them. And do you know what else he'd agree with? He'd agree that you guys deserve a motherfucking sticker. Look at that. Look at you hitting the fucking goal. How fucking based are you? Guys, you're going to get so many stickers tonight. You're going to be fucking drowning in stickers. I can already see it coming. I'm going to be... Dude, I stocked up as well. I stocked up, and I'm going to be completely out. It's going to be brutal.
We are beyond that,
Me.
man. You've got to.
It's me.
I know.
Ponder.
I know. I'm trying to calm down.
Okay.
No, Ponder. Yeah, Ponder.
Okay, well...
It was on Ponder's stream. Ponder was high.
Okay.
The lead up to the statement was, you know who makes good videos? Ponder. And I said, I'll quit sucking Ponder's dick. That's all I said. In no way was it sexually towards them. It was in the sense of, oh, they're kissing your ass.
Isn't it interesting that in this call, that's the focus? It's not the, did you share BDSM with like a BDSM, like, fucking explainer sheet with Chuuli? Did you post a load of fucking dildos when they asked you to stop? Were you having open sexual conversations in a general chat, knowing there was a fucking minor around? Were you in multiple calls with a 14 to 16-year-old, having these kind of conversations with them while they were uncomfortable? I mean, because I'll be honest with you, like, the stream clip's kind of like, from what I can get, and maybe I do need to hear it to be, like, totally fair. I know Chuuli doesn't want it out there. I wouldn't ask to play it on stream. I like, the more I listen to this, the more I'm like, I want to be, like, legit fair, but it's such an insanely bad fucking look. Who's worse, Becca? I can't talk. Porsche with the 279. Who's worse, Becca? Toasty or Fuchsia? That's really fucking difficult. I find something very creepy and weird about Fuchsia in a very particular way. Toasty is much more direct. I don't think it needs to be a competition.
So they removed the context completely to make it sound like I was being sexual towards them.
Hold on.
Why was that first section removed?
Hold on. Back up. Let's not make assumptions, all right? We don't know if she...
Thank you, Chuuli. I'd appreciate that.
...the context, or if they genuinely thought that was the context and have not watched that stream in a long...
This isn't even true either. In the call, they give you the fucking context. In the video, they give the context. You're actually in this call just fucking lying. Like, what are you talking about? Like, am I going fucking crazy? Let's listen to it again. Unironically, I want to listen to it again. Like, where is this section in the fucking video where they're talking about the, like, call itself? Is it around
How
here?
I was making him look worse by not posting Kayden was full of shit because the public about him with no true understanding of why. And that little mention of him in V's DMs was my wherein the gist is basically that he would push in front of me. Incident, but I don't want to post it because I will be friend's live stream who I in front of me. One of these instances happened publicly on a friend's live stream who I don't blame because they were extremely high at the time and were barely listening. I have the audio from that incident, but I don't want to post it because I would be so uncomfortable with that being public because it's so humiliating and demoralizing. But just know that in every instance, I would beg him to stop. And to him, it meant keep going and try to justify why it was okay for him to do that. And the one time he did stop is because another adult witnessing what was happening shut it down very sternly. But that didn't stop him from repeating the incident again when they weren't around. Now, Evidently, I knew how to stand up for myself in the moment, but I didn't know how to ask for support or coordinate.
Yeah, I think that's completely reasonable. Because the problem isn't like, oh, you made a joke. It's that the joke made me uncomfortable and you carried on doing it. Like, this isn't fucking complicated. Like, lay a bug with a 5. I think Fuchsia is more sinister. It reminds me of some very bad people I used to know. Like, she gets very visceral reaction from me that Toasty just doesn't. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming from with Fuchsia. It's like, there's something really fucked about, there's an underlying thing with Fuchsia that seems very fucked. So, okay, here's the thing with this. If for example, I made a flirty joke to somebody, just a flirty joke, and they were like, hey, don't do that. That's weird. That makes me uncomfortable. I'd be like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I can make flirty jokes sometimes. I apologize. It's not something I should do. I probably wouldn't phrase it like that. I'd be like, oh shit, okay, my bad, and not do it again. If I kept doing it, like over and over again in multiple fucking interactions, that's when it starts to become a problematic, like, pattern of behavior. That's what you did. There are multiple examples of you doing this. The fact that they're not playing the stream clip is not a defense. I'm a bit real. I just got here and I want a sticker. Loveless with the 5. Thank you. Don't worry. We'll get there soon. Sexually harass me and Chris. I already do. Let's be fair. Like, this isn't complicated. Okay, we're gonna play a little bit more, and then we're probably gonna come back to this one.
Okay.
So, I have many disabilities that I have been learning.
Oh, fuck off. Oh my god, I have many disabilities. Yes, brain damage is apparently one of them. Lack of the inability to take accountability. No wonder it sounds like Blaze has to fight his battles for him. This dude feels like he's one of these guys who wakes up in the morning and goes, oh, I can't do anything today. Everything's so difficult. It's so hard. And she has to sit there and go, don't worry, babes. I'll fight for you. I'll defend you. Like, I don't know which one's more fucking annoying. It's Blaze. Blaze is more annoying. But this is just pathetic.
That I am on the spectrum of, and again, not an excuse, an explanation. And you don't have to accept it, and if you don't want to be friends and you don't want to talk to me again about all...
If you don't want to be friends anymore, I completely understand it. It's like, oh, dude, poor me. Fuck off. Fuck off, bro.
This stuff that is completely fair, and you have all the right in the world to not.
True, Chuuli. Why are you so into BDSM if you struggled this hard with someone directly telling you to stop? It's like, yeah, imagine just being like, I like being a dom, and then being like, personality-wise, the worst sort of person you'd ever want in that role.
I have issues understanding social cues to an extreme in several points. What I was getting at that, what I was taking in at that moment, which looking back at, I am kicking myself in the ass because it's clear as fucking day, that this is all everybody joking because I was going off of...
I'm sorry, hold on. Can we just re-listen to that? We're just going to re-listen to that a second.
Is taking in at that moment, which extreme sense in several points. What I was getting at that, what I was taking in at that moment, which looking back at, I am kicking myself in the ass because it's clear as fucking day, that this is all everybody joking because I was going off of the vibe or whatever you want to call it, the feeling or whatever you want of everybody joking around.
What I was taking in at the moment, okay? And now let's just listen. That's him after hearing the clip in that call with the girls. And now let's just re-listen to him a couple of weeks later.
So they removed the context completely to make it sound like I was being sexual towards them.
Hold on.
Why was that first section removed?
Hold on. Back up. Let's not make assumptions, all right? We don't know if they removed the context or they genuinely...
How the fuck are you going to be like, hey, I've just heard it, it's really obvious what that is, and then in a call later being like, they removed the context to make it sound worse. What do you mean? No one else was joking sexually in that clip. What the fuck? Pudgy the Bimbo with a 5 with a stone head from the Easter Islands. Thank you very much. Based, how you doing? Bro, the fuck wrong with you?
Phagos was joking around in the call. Before that entire situation, we were joking around and talking about stuff. Does it make it right? No. Do you deserve an apology? Yes. The only reason why I'm bringing this up is because so you understand. That is all. I am not using it as a shield. I am not using it as a, you can't touch me because blank. I am saying it in the sense of, you have the full right to not only distrust me, but dislike me, and I'd go all the way to say hate me if you feel that is needed. I want to make it very, 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 very clear. I in no way was trying to make advances towards you. I in no way was trying to...
Can't hang out in chat today, but thought I'd drop by and say hi. Glad the Jester Boy survived, and I hope you all have a good time, though. Thank you, wifey. Never drink on stream again.
What's a good word for this? Because I'm drawing a blank. I'm tired. I am in no way infatuated with you. I am in no way trying to...
That's not the accusation, bro. That's not the fucking accusation. What do you mean?
To coerce you. I am in no way trying to groom you or anything of that nature. Was my wording wrong? Yes. Should I have stopped? Absolutely. But my intentions were to be, to joke around, not to sexually harass.
Kayden, everyone knew Chuuli was a minor, and if you were trying to be funny, why was it always in a sexual nature?
An excellent question.
Because that was my immature joking at the time. We can look at more, and we can look at adults that I have made jokes like that about. In fact, I never viewed that phrase as sexual at the time. I am clear.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. So there is a mistake here, and it's this, and it's weird because going back and forward on it, it's like there's so many other component fucking parts of this that like provide the additional context of why it's problematic. And like, I hate the word problematic, but that's exactly what it is. It's like, well, I made these jokes to adults as well. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, if I was hanging out with my nephew or something, the way I talk to my nephew is going to be significantly fucking different to how I talk to like Vlad or something, right? If I was talking to the girlies, the way I talk to Vlad is significantly different. Because, like, those are different relationships that you have with other... Like, how retarded do you have to be like, well, I just treat everybody equally? 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 30-year-olds, it's all basically the same. What the fuck are you... What are you on about? Vlad wants me to read his apology template. I am adverb, sorry for doing / saying X. My behavior / actions were adjective and I have no excuses for it. I should not have done / said X and I hope you can accept my apology. Have a good day / night. Thanks, buddy.
Clearly in the wrong, but what I'm saying of the time.
Okay, that doesn't work when my very first response to when you've said that is sexual harassment. That doesn't work. I immediately told you, and you didn't listen because you weren't taking me seriously. Even though I was very deadpan and uncomfortable when I did tell you to stop, you didn't listen. You didn't value that from me. And I know.
That's all he had to say. This call would have been like 10 minutes. Yeah, unironically. And also, there wouldn't be a section in Chuuli's video about it. It would have just been, God, you could, like, it's frustrating. He could actually come out looking well. It's like, oh, you know, like there was a culture in this server of doing stuff like this. And you can look at people like V Omega and, like, look at the comparison with somebody like Kayden, somebody who realizes that this was an inappropriate way to act and has offered me an apology, and actually isn't a bad guy. He's just like a little bit dumb at the time. That's like a completely different fucking timeline. That's like the easiest thing to achieve. It's like watching somebody completely like fumble an easy open goal. I don't get how you fucking done this, bro. Absolute fucking, because it makes everything else look way more suspicious. Platinum Ether with the 6.99. If my friend started making dirty jokes to a minor, I'd call him out right there and then. End of discussion. Yeah. I think there were like fucking conversations as well. Like, actually, Lio's a good example of this. Not about making dirty jokes and things, but when people go over Lio's history, like the thing, like, because a recent video came out. The thing most people will point to when going through that is the Jax shit. Not because it's like a particularly out of pocket or out of character thing. It's because of Jax's age at the time. And that's like a really legitimate thing that's like, would you consider that? And now you look at Lio's relationship with Jax and it's pretty chilled out, and Jax is, you know, around in the modern day. And it's like, well, if Lio had like a fight with Jax now, it would be vastly different because Jax is no longer fucking 15. 15-year-olds and like people who are under the age of 18 unironically have to be treated differently. There's a whole nother ACC drama with some of these like fucking the new, I was about to say something that was gonna get me in trouble. New frogs who are like all under the age of 18. And a few people have been looking into it, a few people have covered it. These kids are crazy. But generally speaking, people like me and Chris aren't going to cover it because while that shit is absolutely fucking insane, they're kids. It's just like, you're not going to come out from that fight looking good, so you don't do it. It's amazingly simple. And again, if the drama frogs get it and you don't, that's a fucking issue, bro. That's a fucking issue.
That it wasn't just humor. It was sexual humor. I know that you viewed it as raunchy and sexual, and I am wanting to just reiterate that.
Yeah. I'm listening.
I shouldn't have to come at you with any tone about that stuff because you shouldn't have been talking to me like that in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I told you to stop, you didn't stop. And the only time you did was when another adult told you to stop, whose opinion you respected.
Most luck, we're not rewinding. Good evening.
And that's fair.
You can close the stream, B.
Yeah.
And I have the screenshots from when I came to very angry.
No, I'll take your word on it. No,
okay.
I don't need evidence for every single thing. It's just my memory can be foggy at times.
Oh my fucking god, bro. Come on. You know, like, I was asked about something recently with this whoosh shit, where somebody was like, what about this thing? I was like, I don't remember. Like, it was a fucking year ago. It's okay to not remember. It's not because I've got mental deficiencies. It's just like that particular detail or something I don't... When you start doing this thing where you're like, oh, you know, things are a bit foggy because my memory's bad and I've got mental health issues, you just sound fucking guilty. Like, what are you doing? Just be like, dude, I don't remember. It was fucking years ago. Like, fucking so retarded. Oh, God.
Okay.
And this happened at what, 2018, 2019?
Yes.
Enough time for me to have other things be thrusted upon my plate since then. And I'm, again, not using that as
Who the fuck talks like this? That's enough time for other things to be thrusted upon my plate. Bro, fucking take the butt plug or vibrating dildo or whatever the fuck it is out of your asshole and get a fucking grip. Please, dude, please.
excuse. I'm using that as an explanation on why I may have forgotten. And you have the full right to be upset. You're right. What I said was inappropriate. I am in the wrong. I view myself as a changed person since then. That is all I can say, but that is my word against yours. Well, that's not a good for you know what I mean. That's my word.
That's my word against yours, Chuuli. Why would you put it like this? It's like you can almost hear him building the like mental defense in real time. It's real fucking bizarre, bro.
Words, not my actions, and you'd have to see my actions to see if it's true.
I obviously can't say that that's true or false. But the fact that it happened at all, I think is already many steps way too far. Because had it just been you were mean to me or you talked down to me or whatever, that would be an okay, I understand that. But to repeatedly ignore my sexual boundaries, I don't really care if it was out of infatuation. I could tell that you didn't care about what I was comfortable with or not. And for you to not care about that in regards to a sexual boundary of a minor, a teenage girl, that is many, many steps way too far, in my opinion. And for that to happen multiple times, and
Isn't it interesting that the multiple times doesn't come up in this call, like, at all? At all! Just... the fuck? Like, I don't know why you do this. There's literally another recorded call like this. What?
Not quietly, not me just laying down and taking it. I fought you. I didn't win, but I fought you.
Oh, old Chuuli. Give it time.
I feel like that's not something that just a private sorry can fix.
If I can step in with some contextual clarification. Kayden, before we got into the call with Chuuli and Clown, you clarified that some of Chuli's overt aggressiveness was what led to you blocking them on Twitter, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we've traced back some of the aggression, and we've sort of come to the understanding that it may have specifically been as a result of instances like this, not just with you, but with, like I mentioned earlier, Digby, Raz, V Omega, fucking Faye Ghost, friend, whatever the hell her name was, where people constantly disrespected boundaries that Chuuli set up with regards to sexual inferences, sexual nature, sexual jokes, quote unquote, or sexual content. And the only way that Chuuli was able to shut down those conversations.
See, okay. Here's like a basic thing, actually. Do you know why blocking on Twitter is like super bitch made? It's like, I don't really care how aggressive somebody is. Like, either ignore them, or confront them, or talk to them. It's real simple. But the whole, I'm gonna block you, so you can't even make aggressive comments towards me. I mean, dude, even now, Kayden's in his 30s, Chuli's like in her early 20s. Right, you're like 19, 20, Chuuli. Imagine being fucking scared of a 19-year-old. Like, what the fuck are you doing? She's very aggressive, though. Who cares? Like, bro. I just think, like, you're 22. Okay, so you'd be, like, 20 in this cool. Oh, you were born in old 02? Oh, fuck. Why do they have to make me feel so old? Fucking Zoomers, man. Toastify does this to me. Like, it's just, like, it's not hard to, like, just be an adult about these things. And, like, Kayden is somebody who just clearly has not grown the fuck up. We're gonna go back to listening to some of this, because I want to hear Lio talk about the context. Ponder was saying, okay, I read the context, so they genuinely thought it was the context, and I watched that. I'm pissed because they did omit that information. They omit the context.
Ready? Right now, I am pissed because they did omit that information. They omit the context of the entire thing. I'll make an apology in the comment section. I'm not just...
I would like to offer a perspective.
Please.
Hello?
Go ahead.
I'm listening.
Oh, sorry. I worry that Chuuli omitted it to protect me because she did, like, at separate times in that video say, like, oh, the one adult who stepped up, the person who stepped up got me into contact. She never specified that it was me who did it.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if she...
That's a big problem, though. That's another problem that I am having in this entire situation.
Okay, it might be a problem.
I'm gonna be upfront with you, Ponder. You are not blameless in this.
I'm aware. I've apologized to Chuuli countless times. Well, not.
Holy fuck! I forgot that they did this in the crawl. Oh my god! Actually, are we not getting? Do we not need to blame Ponder for this? Do we not? Do you know when Chris and I started covering ACC, both of us were pretty anti-Ponder because, like, when we started hearing about Ponder, it was through the Sasu crawl and shit. And now both of us are like, man, Ponder gets like a rough ride in every single fucking drama she's involved in. It's really gay. Like, you've literally, like, the people who attack Ponder have literally turned us on Ponder. It's fucking, like, how are you this bad at it? Like, how do you fucking suck this much? I am still anti-Ponder. Okay, at least one of the fucking drama frogs is. Jesus.
Not countless times.
I know you've apologized to her. I get that. But this situation is painted with a brush that conveniently omits you.
That's up to Chuuli.
And puts other people under a light. I don't like that.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. This is from Chuli's perspective. And it's about who Chuuli is concerned with.
I don't like that. Blaze, nobody cares what your fucking opinion is. Please. Please continue driving while on calls. Okay? Fuck off. Cassie with the 5. I blocked someone today for being French. I don't know if that's bitch made. No, that's legitimate. Fuck the French.
This isn't about whether or not all things are equal. If Chuuli has decided that Ponder doesn't play that much of a role in their trauma, that's not something we can judge. We can complain about it maybe and talk about, lack of consistency or lack of broad idea, but that's Chuuli.
I understand that. I understand that. I do. But her perspective on it versus the truth of it are two wildly different things. She can keep that in the video. She can paint it however she wants in that video. But I know what happened. And I don't like...
What do you mean you know what happened? What do you mean you know what happened? You fucking irritating whore. No, you don't. Oh, I know what happened. I know everything because I'm his girlfriend and I'm going to protect him. Dude, you make him look so much fucking worse. It's actually unreal. Fuck me.
What I'm seeing.
Okay. But the thing is, go ahead.
I just don't want.
Said earlier how misogynistic I'm going to end up here, and I was like, fuck me. Misopian with the 2. Based French take. Thank you. I try. Listen. It's been... Fun fact, after my Abby video, Blaze went from I know what happened to I don't know what he did.
Want this to end in a fight, please?
We're not fighting, we're just
You talking to me specifically?
Just in general. What I said was inappropriate. I should have been more responsible as an adult. There's a lot of things that even Chuuli admitted. What matters the most is even Chuuli was like, Kayden's taking an effort to change, and I'll make the apology this weekend. I just can't do it today. I am not mentally able.
Well, it's better to
in the moment that
You're
I'm
a better man than me. I'm gonna be honest. You're a much better person than me then.
the point.
I made a promise and I keep my promise.
Exactly. Frankly, I've had people say and do awful things to me, but if I got information wrong, I've still apologized for that, regardless of the nature of the individual I've talked about. I don't think that there's anything about being bigger or smaller. It's just being honest. Regardless of whether or not Chuuli... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Blaze really ought to break up this clown, because not only has she been getting played by her own partner, she doesn't even get dick out of it because they live in separate states. Yeah, don't they, like, okay, actually, no, hold on. I want to be fair. Nobody should be encouraging anyone to break up with each other over their online relationships or online drama shit. I understand where Blaze is coming from. I understand the need to, that want to defend your partner. I also think that, like, she's pretty fucking annoying, and if she breaks up with him, she'll end up dating somebody else, and I don't think we should be wishing that kind of suffering on anybody, okay? Every time Blaze speaks, I think giving women equal rights was a mistake. Hydro Dancer with a 5! So fucking true. So fucking true. I'm gonna cuck him? Jesus Christ, Vlad.
I need to transfer over to my computer. I found the video. I have to jump into open discussion, have someone pull me back in.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Don't worry.
Are you two holding up okay?
I'm really trying to take some deep breaths here. I am. It's very difficult. I know I need to be here for this conversation because I've been left out of this conversation for way too long. And I'm not happy with the way that this ended. I'm not happy with the way this is being portrayed. I'm not happy with the way this went.
Okay. All right, I'm in.
Thing I can't pronounce for the 5. It's a given for anyone guilty in the ACC SCC to be emotionally stunted and having blurred boundaries. I'm waifu, by the way. Oh, okay. Thanks, waifu. That's for the 5. What the fuck are you doing with your name? I'm never gonna remember that's you.
Alright, let me know when I should.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I am also in. I think the only one is not is Blaze. I think she's
Okay, so they're gonna watch the stream, okay? They're gonna watch the fucking stream.
still out.
I can't because I'm on mobile and it won't screen clip that they're showing, so.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Gonna be that guy. They did literally tell you to stop and you kept going.
Yeah, and I apologize for that, but the lack of context is the issue on that.
Okay, what did Chuuli say that's incorrect, though, in this case?
It's not the fact that she said anything incorrect, it's the fact that she's leaving out context. He apologized for what he did. I understand it was not okay. He understands it was not okay. He was in that call when he apologized to her. That's not the issue. The issue is that she took out that part in her video.
No, or they
The omission of contact.
Wait, they admitted in the video, though, that Kayden has apologized.
Yes. No. Listen to me. Holy shit. What part of this is not clear?
Babe.
A lot of it, which is why I'm asking for
No,
clarification. I'm not fighting you. I'm trying to understand it.
He apologized for it. She said that. Great. That doesn't change the fact that she omitted context. Ponder, you cannot tell me that that changes the fact that she omitted context. Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. Somebody.
I'm just trying to understand the context that is omitted. Chuuli described what happened in the video.
She described what happened. She did not describe the actual context of it. It was a follow-up in a conversation that they were having. Yes, he should have stopped. I'm not saying I'm not arguing that.
Okay,
But this was part of a conversation.
So the context is it was a continuation of a conversation.
Yes, it was a follow-up to this. It was a joke that he made, a poor taste joke, but it was a follow-up to a conversation that was occurring in the stream.
No, shut the fuck. Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna crash out worse than when I was fucking drinking. Are you kidding me? What the fuck is this? Like, no. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Oh, fuck. That context is fucking provided. Because that context is provided in Chuli's original video on this topic, where it's like, but Kayden's like, talk to me about it, and they've apologized. What the fuck are you, what is going on? It's fucking unbelievable. How do you wander into a call like this and like end up being like, listen, they've left out context, 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 and listen to it. It's like, well, the context they've left out is that it's part of a wider conversation. Yeah, it was on a fucking stream. Of course it was part of a wider fucking conversation. What do you mean, you crazy bitch? What are we doing here? Fucking, are you kidding me? I feel like I'm wasting like sections of my life on retards. It's just agony. Jack Walker with a 5. I hope the girl defending Kayden doesn't want to become a lawyer. She sucks. It's fucking horrific. Waifu with 2. It was just a prank, bro. Like, I don't know how you do this. This is so unbelievably fucking dumb.
And you feel that the video acts like it just came out of nowhere?
Yes.
Okay. The thing is, sorry, go ahead, Ponder. Don't mean to cut you off.
No, you go.
The thing is, having watched that section, I'm not seeing where they said anything incorrect.
Okay. I need to hear this call off stream. I will talk to Chuuli afterwards just to make sure. And if I'm wrong, I will come back here and correct the fucking record. But what it sounds like to me, very simply, is the fact that, like, and again, the context doesn't matter because the context of why the joke occurred isn't important. What's important is Chuuli saying, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. Please stop doing this. Not just in this call live on stream, but in multiple fucking calls. Something Kayden is not denying. And at that point, Kayden continues. That's what fucking matters, and there is no context that matters beyond that. You absolute howling fucking retard. Like, I get the need to defend your partner, but like, when I first like, oh my god, I can't believe I played Oblivion through this first call. You're almost lucky that I did, Blaze. Because like, actually listening to this call just in segments, knowing what the rest of it's like, and listening to the first call they had, is actually just fucking infuriating. Like, it's really quite annoying because I feel like quite like all the little tactics, like blaming Ponder, bringing up other things. Oh, I'm angry at Chuuli. All this weird fucking gaslighting. You didn't need to do any of this. You could have just chilled the fuck out. It's like, It's like it bites at me. It's legitimately fucking annoying. Oh, fuck me. Okay, we're going back to the main call.
Was to start to get aggressive, because that was the only instance where people started to take them seriously, or at the very least that was the only way that they started to back down. So in the present day, a lot of Chuli's aggression may specifically have been the result of behavior like this that was inflicted upon them when they were a minor, and the constant violation of their boundaries.
For more context, when people, adult men, started being sexual with me when I was a 14 and 15-year-old, I didn't have that boundary yet. I didn't know how.
Also, what you said, it sounded like Blaze was doing is very accurate. Yeah, like, it's just deflect. Listen, my Kayden would never do any of this. You know, like, when parents do this thing, like, mothers occasionally do this, where they're like, oh, my kid would never do this terrible thing. It's like, okay, well, we've got them on camera with, like, a bullwhip beating some chick up. So, I mean, like, seems pretty fucking cut and dry, doesn't it? Maybe you should have disciplined your little Timmy more and he wouldn't be such a howling piece of shit. Seems perfectly fucking simple to me.
How to stop that. And so I believe, after thinking about this for a long time, I believe I was, oh yeah, that person. I don't even think it was by one specific person. I believe that you are included in that group, because even though you didn't, according to you, mean to groom or do anything to sexually benefit you, I was still groomed by several adults into believing that my role whenever they became sexual was to entertain that, including you.
Okay, I have to challenge that. I'm trying to be as understanding and accepting of my role in a lot of this.
Yes.
But there is a moment I have to step in and say I can't take responsibility for their actions.
Kayden, I'm not asking you to take responsibility for others' actions. I'm asking you to take responsibility for the part you played in a group effort.
It may not have been like a coordinate.
Here's part of the problem here. Kayden himself is saying in the other call, that was the environment of what that server was like. So by his own admission and memory, he was part of that server. He was an active part in it. There are multiple posts of him posting thirst trap stuff, which again, on its own, not that bad. Posting gifts of dildos. Maybe, you know, a little bit raunchy, like whatever. But then you've got like the multiple other conversations, arguing about BDSM with minors, talking about like sexual stuff and positions with minors, having these other calls and conversations with Chuuli where they're uncomfortable. Yes, you are part of a community that did damage. That's the point, retard. Like, it's like, you don't have to take responsibility for more than being, like, a member of that. And I said this before, and I said this the first time we went over some of this stuff, considering some of the other things that happened, it's at the, like, comparatively low end. And you can also make the argument of, well, that's, like, the nature of the server we were in. But it's like, you're an adult. You have autonomy. Like, you know, if you're part of a group and you see something wrong with that group, you're like, I'm fucking out. Like, okay. So here's like a really simple example, and it's this is really gay. But like about oh god, like this will be like 6-7 years ago now. I was part of a World of Warcraft guild. And I'd been playing with these guys quite a lot. I got on with a lot of them, and I really enjoyed it. It was part of like a wider network of different guilds that were like intermingled between Horde and Alliance. And one day, one of the members of that guild got into an argument with sort of like the head admin of the entire community. And it wasn't like a big argument. He was just like, I'm not happy with this event and the way that we're doing it. It's not fun. And like, it's a little bit annoying and it's a drain. You know, general guild shit. And this dude came in and just absolutely fucking tore into this random member of the community. And it was absolute fucking bullshit to see somebody treated this way. Like, it really pissed me off. And rather than just going, oh no, that's like really shitty, like we should do something else, whatever, I was just like, look, that's how the head admin of this community acts. And I just left the community. Because I'm an adult, and I recognize when something's like fucked up and weird, I don't want to be around that. It's not hard. It's actually super fucking easy. Sorry, listen, I wanted to get through the fucking story, but you are right, you have hit the goal, and you are owed piles of stickers. Super fucking proud of you guys. Teddy with the 5. Oh, phew, he's still wearing the gloves. I came here to check that I can sleep now. Night, buddy. Thank you for the 5. Gilded. Oh my god, this isn't a huge deal. Bad, but not the worst. And he's treating it like he's apologizing for SA. Like, just take the L and move on. Yeah, and that's what, like, there's this thing when someone does something like this. It just makes you more suspicious of, like, how they're acting and what their intentions are. It's fucking bizarre. Oh, I'm fucking dying. Well done, guys. Stickers, let's fucking go. Killing it.
Thing, but when there are like multiple different people sort of doing similar, not necessarily the same things, but similar things to an individual, to that individual, it would feel like, especially in the past tense, it would feel like this was like a lot of people all working towards the same goal. Maybe not like maliciously, maybe not in a coordinated effort, but like the behavior was similar enough that there's a correlation, or maybe not a correlation.
Blood, strongly disavow. Kayden touches kids. Evidence. This cool. Strongly disavow. Thank you for the 2.
But it's similar.
You're one of
the things I'll take responsibility on, and I'm saying this right now, and I'm trying to be as fair as possible, is not respecting your boundaries, is not respecting you as a person in the sense of your requests, and not respecting any authority that you clearly deserved based off of the fact of who you were as not only a minor, but as
that is 99% of the accusations being thrown at you, bro. That's like 90, like you could end the call here, and the fact that there is another like near hour of this is concerning, because that is 99% of what we are talking about. Holy fuck.
How do I say this? Not gendered, but in a sense of, because I don't want to, no, I don't want to assume anything of your current gender or whatever, but of your position of what you were assigned at birth, I am assuming. Because I don't know what the situation.
What the fuck are we doing here? Like, not my pronouns. Listen. I've never asked what Chuli's pronouns are. I refer to her as she, her. If that's incorrect, please let me know, and I apologize.
As we have lost touch to the point where we're clearly no longer
disavow these nuts. I can't say. Listen, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying not to go yellow, but thank you for the 2.
Talking. The thing that I will not. What I'm basically saying is I take responsibility for my actions and my actions alone.
She is fine. Okay, based.
And what others may have interpreted from that one is on them. I fucked up.
What do you mean by that?
if they inferred, oh, this is okay from me trying to be a jokey edgelord at the age of 27, which is something as cringeworthy as a statement as a jokey edgelord at the age of 27, is not solely on me. That is also on them, and I do not take responsibility for something of what they would do in that entire ethos.
I should clarify.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I don't think there were instances where other people who were around and who saw your behavior looked at it and thought that it was okay. I think that those specific people were probably already going to do it. However, I would like to point out that in instances where someone is...
Can you imagine if I did this? Like, oh, guys, I only say bad words because I hang out with Vlad, and Vlad thinks it's okay. Like, you'd think I was... you'd think I was insane. This is so dumb. No one's asking me to take responsibility for Vlad, except Perry, apparently. But, like, dude, you're 30. What are you doing? Sure, he was 27 at the time. That's still too old. That's still way too fucking
going
old.
to go after a vulnerable party, and they already see instances where...
Can we go back? I can't find it again. So I've never wanted a soundboard more than just the sound of Kayden doing this weird grumbling shit like a fucking toddler. It's insanity.
Someone is violating a person's boundaries, and it's not really being, like, those boundaries are not really being respected. That does sort of indicate to them, oh, this is a potential target. So that may not have been the case with people like Raz or Carmen or Digby, but V Omega was in our circle for a while. Faye Ghost was in our circle for a while, both of whom victimized.
Look up footage in the other calls transcript. Okay.
Excuse me?
What was it?
I saw the footage. They shared it with me. The context was clear. And they removed it and are making me look worse. Was it appropriate? No.
No. No, it wasn't appropriate. Bro, I hate this guy.
Are you talking about the stream clip?
Yeah, I'm talking about the stream clip. It's not in the video.
Are you shitting me?
No.
So context was omitted?
Context was omitted.
Is the stream still accessible?
Oh boy.
Only with one person. And I'm not going to say their name unless they...
Kayden.
Oh, that's funny. The Loveless Gamer with a 5. Damn, I missed my sticker because I had to step away. I need the domain. Also, what the fuck did I come back to? Oh, dude, this is fucking embarrassing. This is embarrassing. It's so good, it is. It's a fucking banging clip.
Chuuli. And if they got it in their head that Chuuli was a potential target because they did see Chuli's boundaries being violated and it, you know, sort of played off in a joking manner, that would be an issue. They would still be responsible for their own actions in choosing to victimize someone, but you can't really downplay that, like, your behavior would have indicated Chuuli as a potential target.
I'm accepting that part.
Okay.
Everything else outside of that,
everything
the stuff
excluding
the
they
stuff
did
that I am taking responsibility for. Like, I accept that I made that environment inadvertently, and I am responsible for making that environment, and I am in the wrong for making that environment. But I am not going to take responsibility of Fagos being a scumbag fucking piece of shit.
That's fine.
Is all I'm saying.
We're not asking you to.
I never.
No, I'm saying I'm shaking right now because it's a lot.
It's okay.
A lot to take in. Because, like, you're not used to hearing how bad you fuck up until it's too late. And then whenever it's too late,
to be fair, usually would be a lot louder than what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
I understand that, but that is not what happened here. You were told that you were fucking up in the moment.
Yeah, true. True. That's just true.
I think he more means that, like,
You don't realize that until it's too late.
yeah, he doesn't.
I'm
He didn't
realizing
understand.
that.
Yeah, but there are multiple instances where you could have just shut the fuck up. Like, I describe lolcowdom often as, like, running towards a cliff edge. And there's loads of, like, fucking barriers that you, like, hurdle over. Or just smash through. Until you kind of, like, plummet over the edge of the lolcow cliff. And that's where you're at. Like, this call, like, right here, on the 28th of the 5th, 2024, was kind of like your opportunity to just be like, yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever. And none of this would happen. It's just unbelievable. Nim the Godra with the 2. Let's find a soundboard for Beckett. No, we're not doing that. Thank you, though.
Full context of, like,
Which
how
is...
that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, okay.
What-
I think it's more a matter of, like, he didn't understand the full context of how that comes together, like, when all the pieces are put together, rather than individual instances where it's just like, oh, you were being inappropriate, oh, you need to stop.
Yeah.
I understand that. I don't even think this is necessarily what you were saying, Beef, but I understand that, like,
What flavor of British are you? Serious question. I need it for art reasons. Mostly Irish.
context puts things into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I originally was saying was that I didn't have those boundaries because I was groomed by a environment full of adult men who taught me that I was supposed to entertain their sexuality. Until I was like halfway done with 16, in which case I finally started saying stop. And I wasn't listened to. By any men. You are not the sole man who did that. Every single man I asked to stop took it further when I said stop. Stop meant keep going. Including with you. That is what it meant to you. But at the same time, without the added context of what everyone else was doing to me. What you did on its own in a vacuum was still horrible. And I'm gonna hold on one second. My big point is that this isn't just a minor fuck up, you know? This is something that happened to me when I was a 16-year-old and 15-year-old and has stuck with me to where I am now halfway through 22, and I am now only recently finding evidence of why I felt so terrible in regards to a lot of the community and why I've had such a disdain in my memories with you.
That's fair. I won't go into detail, and I'm not going to make this a pity party, but I will say in a simple statement, I understand the exact feeling of having traumatizing experiences.
Oh, fuck off. Please stop trying to make it about yourself, you insufferable cock. Fuck me. Nim the Gudra. By the way, my name is Nim the Gudra, not Godra. I like Godra. Godra makes me smile. I'm gonna keep calling you that. Thank you for the tip.
Washed into your brain and being regurgitated in your 20s. So I can't fault you.
Are you talking about iDubbbz? It's, oh, dude, it's a close one for one, isn't it?
feeling this and anything of that matter. And I am not going to excuse, well, I went through, no, there's no excuses here. I want to make this absolutely clear on my end. All I'm giving is explanations, zero excuses.
Okay. Tell me this. Do you understand that you weren't just being a jokester edgelord at the age of 27, 28? You understand that that's not what happened? Because if that happened, this would be a different story. But do you understand that?
Understanding it now or understanding it then?
No.
No.
I understand now. I was
Okay.
being an irresponsible adult.
Okay, great, awesome. Then why is there another call with you, motherfucker? Why is there another call with you and you're an annoying as fuck girlfriend? Like, what? Bro, what?
Immature. I wouldn't say deceptive. I don't know why it's ringing in my head. It's just, I understand it now.
Okay.
That is what I'm trying to say. I understand it now. I understand also you deserve more than an apology. I understand that saying I'm sorry is not enough.
Are you?
And I understand.
Are you around anyone who's a minor?
No, I have made it an absolute mission in my life to stay away from minors. Until I am a parent in an appropriate situation. And at that point, it would be these entire phrases would be completely removed from my vernacular.
Okay.
But I have made it a goal to try to stay around adults. And if I'm ever around minors,
I'm sorry, what is this? I've made it a goal to never be around children because the shit I say is fucking whack and crazy until I'm a parent. Bro, have you heard yourself? What are you doing? Do you know, like, again, like, I think, listen, I'm happy to admit that I can say some pretty edgy shit, okay? I can say some inappropriate shit. But you know what I'd never do around any of my nephews or nieces? Say any of this shit. Like, at all. I'd be very concerned if any of them even found my fucking YouTube channel. But, like, again, because I can separate out those two fucking things. Like, what are you talking about? Why do all these people use edgelord as if it's a bad thing? Like, somehow excuses literally anything. It's an insult to edgelords like me. Thank you for the 5 gilded. Yeah, like, I feel like Gilded and I, like, again, I don't think either of us would unironically be like, we're edgelords. Because, again, it's like, it's like a cringy thing to say, right? But, like, do you know, I don't think I've run into any random edgelords who have, like, oh yeah, what's your edgelord thing? Oh, you know, I make transphobic jokes. What's your edgelord thing? I fucking use slurs. What's your edgelord thing? I make sexual comments to 14. No one is fucking doing that. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you on about?
minors, my mouth is completely zipped. I am observing and staying the fuck away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel comfortable around interacting with minors in an online space. I've learned that from the 2010s, and I have made it an effort to, going back to the situation I was saying in January, where even whenever I was invited to a space like that, my experiences only tried to stay around adults my age or in their 20s, i.e. they're like 22, 23.
Okay. I'm thinking of how
Yes,
to
Grizzly.
transition into
Fucking
this next
mental.
part. Oh, I don't know how much you've been keeping on what's been going on with like the SC.
Killed in the 2. It's my life mission to not commune with the kids. Fuck me.
I don't know how much you've been keeping on what's been going on with like the SCC or whatever,
I've stayed mostly out of it.
the FCK.
I do know about that, though.
Okay. You know some of the adults that were in there.
Yes. I know everything post everything that happened in April. Beforehand, literally didn't even know that was a thing.
Okay. You saw what happened to the adults that.
That's actually quite an interesting statement. That is quite an interesting statement. Okay. Okay. So he's up to date on the FCK stuff.
That were in there, right? How they were their transgressions were handled.
For the most part.
Okay. Just for total crystal clear clarification, Junkie was pulled onto a stream, eviscerated, and deleted his platforms. Susie just recently left the stream, or her platforms, because of what she allowed and how she talked about it. I can't remember any other ones. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I think ZZ and Toasty are mostly just ignoring what happened, and Fuchsia I think took a hiatus. But I didn't want you to get pulled into a public space and yelled at and like just destroyed publicly. But I do think that just as what happened in that server, I feel like people deserve to know what happened.
In what way?
I didn't know about the Junkie getting ripped apart. Can someone send me that fucking call? That sounds kind of interesting. Gilded with 2. Kayden touches Keeds. Evidence. This cool. Thank you for the 2. Also strongly disavow for, you know, multiple fucking reasons. Thank you, buddy.
I feel like people in your immediate circle should know of the things that you did to a 15-year-old, to a 16-year-old, while you were 27, 28. You weren't a young adult. You weren't a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old. You were almost 30.
Okay.
And honestly, I have not even decided what I want to do with this information, because in my script for the video that I'm working on, I do talk about how I was sexually demeaned and exploited by adult men in this space. For context, as why Faghost hurt me so bad. And at that time, all I thought I had when I wrote it was me.
Like, the thing is, I understand his hesitation, because he's probably just sat there being like, oh fuck, if this goes public, I'm gonna get fucking eviscerated. But the truth is, you kind of just have to like stuff like this, especially when you're sat in this sort of environment where you're like, well, the FCK stuff's happening. Like, fucking B Omega's probably going to come back up. Probably know about a ton of other shit that's going on. You're just like, yeah, sure, fucking include me in the shit coming out. Like, Like let's like, if you want like a public apology and like sort of like the fact that I can like be honest that these things happened, that's absolutely fine. Because again, like I think this is fine to pass to the like fucking public, and you're like sat there going, yeah, sure, this was inappropriate. It's not fucking grooming, but it's inappropriate, and like he's admitting to that, and he seems aware of it. It's like you can walk away from this as like, shit, this is a dumb thing I did like years and years ago. But like, yeah, that's how fucked it was. Hell, like you could almost come out like, dude, you could twist this and be like, Chuuli came to me with this and said like the same shit. Like, let's say I'd been in this fucking server, like, God, could you fucking imagine? But like, you're like, oh shit, that's so fucked. Yeah, please let me help you. Like, you do deserve some fucking justice. Like, and again, that would be manipulative as fuck. And if this call came out in that same way, I'd probably be like sat here going, that's pretty fucking manipulative. But you'd probably still be getting a better fucking hearing in the public space than you're getting now, bro. Like, dude, how dumb are you? Jevy Bev, good evening, by the way. With the 10, this entire situation could have been avoided if the art spaces had gone with the old military barrack style. If you're under 18, you're not leaving the barracks. We're gonna go drive for a night. We're not gonna go drive for a night. Yeah.
Mentioning that I knew your sexual preferences.
Oh, base. Thank you, Chuuli.
As a 15-year-old. And I didn't think that was enough. I didn't know what to do with that, because that would have been hard for me to come forward about that, because other people, you know, Digby, Raz, the Omega, they're already gone. They're already hated, and I have evidence for what they did to me.
I'm
so
not denying that.
That's not going to be like a big shock reveal. People still like you, and you have your little platform, and I thought I didn't have enough evidence of what happened, but it turns out that I had, I think, almost even more than I did with the other people. And there was a lot more that happened between us than what happened between those other people, minus...
People still like you, the most ominous shit I could have said. I mean, like, I do understand why he freaked out, Chuuli. But, like, unironically, okay, here's what's kind of crazy. Here's what's kind of fucking insane about this as well. Like, and it really is. It really is. Did anything happen to Kayden after your video came out? Because, like, from what I'm sort of seeing, it didn't. No one cared, right? Like, he's just not a focus point that much. Like, if he just sort of ignored it and been like, yeah, well, I spoke to Chuuli. Chuuli wants to talk about this. That's reasonable. Literally nothing would have happened. It's only because of the aftermath of this that there's any interest. Like, it really is Streisand affecting himself into the public eye. It's complete. It really is, because I don't think you would have talked about him in your Abby video if he hadn't said anything. If he'd just been like, yeah, no, fair enough, it's kind of fucked. You'd easily ride past this. Easily. No, nothing happened. He made a complete ass out of himself privately and publicly and fucked himself. Yes, it's just insane.
Figures to the Omega. And I was going to talk about them. And I was going to leave your name silent because I didn't think I had enough, and I didn't want to cause drama with just that one little crumb that I had. I still don't know what to do now that I have way more. And
sorry, if I could step in.
Yeah.
Chuuli and I assume with Clown as well, have discussed this.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And one of the big concerns...
Now, by the way, don't get me wrong. Like, in some respects, like, I understand the situation because, like, when the Willie Mack video came out on me, I was very happy to talk to Willie. But obviously, like, I got pushback from that call. Then I ended up arguing with Willie on Queeman's stream. And, like, that was just, like, the worst way to handle that situation. It really was complete, because it wasn't even what I felt, or, like it wasn't even how I felt about Willie's video. It's just, like, the way that clip of me is framed was very bad for me. Like, I don't think Willie intended it that way. But, like, you do spiral dramas for yourself occasionally, and you sort of have to learn from it. But, like, this is a guy who's, like, watched this happen to other people constantly, says that he's been in other drama, and you're just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, no, Willie Mack, yeah. And again, like, you sort of have to contend with that, and it's very easy to contend with that in the aftermath and just be like, yeah, that was a fuck up on my part, and the follow-up was a bit of a fuck up, and we're cool now. Fine. Whatever. So easy to do.
Chuuli has is that even if she did decide to come forward with what she experienced, she would receive backlash for that. And technically speaking, we do have a precedent for that happening, because that is exactly what happened with the Fago situation. That is exactly what we expected to happen with the Fago situation. Was someone who had been hurt and was coming forward about how they were hurt, was then vilified by the community to a disappointing degree. Now, one of the things that we discussed is that we don't think that you were being malicious, which is very different to people like the Omega, who had a pattern of grooming people specifically in Chuli's camp, and then Fagos, who was just like
a psychopath,
malicious behind the scenes for years.
Yeah, I know. I was there for some of that.
So one of the things that we discussed, because Chuuli had expressed to me that there was this worry that you were in circles where, like, this kind of stuff might still be happening, and because she's not, like, communicating with you, there's no real way for her to be assured of that. Is we were hoping that you would talk about it, just as a matter of just acknowledging that it has happened. And
bro, like, if you're asked this, just be like, just release the whole call. Just release this call, and or fuck. Okay, again. When the Willie stuff happened with me, like, I went live afterwards and was like, okay, this needs clearing up. It's my fuck up, blah, 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 blah. But I just played, like, the entire section of the Willie interview between me and him that was on the record. And some of that looked okay for me. Some of that looked better for me. Some of that looked bad for me. But, like, you just released the whole thing. And you're like, yep, apologize for these things. This was dumb. And you solved the fucking problem. You're literally sat in the call and the girls are like, yeah, listen, we don't think you're malicious. We just think you're a fucking idiot. You should probably talk about this before we do, and we'll give you the space to do it. Hell, we want you to do it. Based, like, what? So you get to, like, do all the framing that, like, you want in whatever way? Basically, as long as you talk about it? Bro, that's fucking wild. Like, that's so much of a better option. You can put, like, this is the point in a call as well. You could say, hey, listen, this is really fucked. It could get really out of hand. Will you let me talk about it and kind of just keep it a bit separate, like the community's separate now? You can see what I'm saying about it. Hell, you can even make sure that you're happy with the statement before I put it out, but I don't want to get dragged into ACC drama. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like, there are so many ways you could fucking handle this. It's crazy.
And that, you know, you've mentioned that you've made efforts to make sure that stuff like that is not going to happen again. You acknowledge that it was wrong. You acknowledge that you need to apologize for it, and that you were completely in the wrong and that it was not okay to do. Just, I think it would make Chuuli feel better if there was some sort of open acknowledgement of it, because it would be indicative, like, of a level of growth and of, like, I guess accountability would be the proper term here.
If I do this, I want to make sure it's in my own words.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, he sounds exactly like fucking Toon Critic, but like, that aside.
Of course.
And not the account of what happened, but the account of how I viewed it at the time, and the account that I was in the wrong in anything of that nature. I'll record whatever needs to be recorded.
Oh, but that wasn't even what I... Chuuli, would you want Kayden to record a thing for the video? That wasn't even what I was talking about. Would you
just
want
acknowledging it in social media?
I don't know.
Okay,
if I'm gonna be completely honest, the only thing I can do is acknowledge, if brought up, acknowledge it in the comment section. If recording is too much, and I understand recording would be too much, but the major thing is I have, again, my word against what you see or what you've experienced. Not only have I grown, but I was A, not a part of the FCK, B, not a part of the SCC, and C, when I was part of Lyo's fucking shitty ass server, I was in there and out like that because I was in there for what happened in January and January.
No, bro, dude, you were porn posting in a server with minors in it. Which, like, again, you're like, hey, look, here's how you, like, phrase something like this, by the way. You're like, hey, I used to run with this particular crowd. A lot of these people have been cancelled now for some pretty fucked behavior, and the environment itself was like incredibly fucking toxic. There was one particular person in the server named Chuuli who, like, at the time I thought I had a friendly relationship with. For some reason at the time, like, it was quite common for minors to interact in these servers and these locations, and I overstepped those boundaries when, like, they challenged me on this because I was like, I thought it was funny, or I didn't have good boundaries, or I didn't respect them. I overstepped those boundaries, like, a couple of times, and that was a really fucked thing to do. That was a really fucked thing to do. I want to apologize to them publicly. We've spoken about it. They're going to speak about it in a video, and I hope you listen to them, because the stuff that they've been through is really fucked, and people should be aware of it. Now, obviously, I'm a very different person to who I was back then, and I would never run with those things. And I hope that you can see that, like, the fact that I'm openly able to acknowledge this is a sign of that growth. Now, I know that some people are going to have issues, but I know that, like, this is a long time ago, and I hope that Chuuli finds it to, like, forgive me, and also that this brings her some peace. Super fucking easy, by the way. Super fucking easy. And this, by the way, this call for not, like, fucking dragging yourself down a fucking line, it's like, if you get in a call like this, here's your like, fucking tip. If you get in a fucking call like this, and somebody's like, hey, you've done this really fucked shit, what you say is, hey, that is really fucked. Now, like, we can discuss degrees, like, because when he's like, I don't think I groomed you or anything, it's like, yeah, you, like, I think that's a reasonable bit of pushback. It's like, but I acknowledge the fact that the environment I was in, like, everyone contributed to it. Myself included, didn't stop it, didn't step away from it. So what do I need to do? Like, there are ways to phrase this that would have put Chuuli at ease and de-escalated the situation. And the fact that you're not able to do that in your 30s is fucking retarded. How are you functioning? No wonder you've got to have Blaze around. You dude is like an actual child. It's insane. He is not sorry, that's the problem. Yeah. And again, I said this in the drama, right? I said this in the drama with Pixie. Like, I apologize to Pixie, not because, like, I want some sort of absolution, but because I'm legitimately sorry. There are other situations where I have done fairly shitty things while I've been a content creator that I'm just not sorry for. I do them again, and I don't apologize for them. Now, people can get mad at me, and have got mad at me, that I'm not sorry about them, but that is the truth, and I'd rather just be honest to be like, I'm not sorry. You know, fuck yourself. That's fine too, but pick a fucking side. Part of the problem with like this whole community with the ACC and the SCC is everyone wants to be the good guy all the fucking time. You tie yourselves into fucking corners. It's crazy. Crazy.
Very alone. I want nothing to do with this shit. I'm shaking just thinking that I'm even a part of this shit. Like, I can't stress to you enough if I need to do something to clear up this situation and take acknowledgement, I'll do it. It's just understand it needs to be in my words, or
Of course it would be.
Yes.
Yeah. That's all.
Can I ask a quick question, since B brought up the aftermath of the Phagos stuff that Chuuli had faced? If I heard this correctly, you blocked Chuuli recently because of aggressions that she was having on Twitter. Did I hear that correctly?
So, I was going with the logic of why I was blocked in 2019. In the whole entire sense of what I thought was being conveyed, it was wrong. What I'm finding out today, I was just wrong. I thought it was being aggressive, being toxic around me, and like vague things like that. I did not know this is what it was.
Well,
and I thought it was just general aggression, general toxicity, and I viewed what happened in April as general aggression, general toxicity.
So
not.
Do you know what she said to me?
I know what she said, and she's in the wrong.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
I viewed that entire situation of.
Slight distraction, guys. Slight distraction. Just a robot. Yes, I am working on a podcast channel and already have 5 videos lined up. Anyway, you think I should get who do you think I should get on the show? Doesn't have to be anyone big. Have you considered Opblock? They're a really great group of people and seem like they would be perfect way to come back. I do plan to make a comeback, but on my own terms, without relying on anyone else. I don't believe a channel with 1,000 subscribers would meaningfully contribute to that. I don't know the individuals involved, and I have no interest in engaging with them. I fucking can't wait for Jar's comeback. Bro, it's gonna be such good fucking content. It's gonna be so good. I hope that he comes back and he starts like trying to take shots. It's gonna be fucking great. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm gonna make so much fucking money. Bro, I'm gonna, dude, fuck. I will spread it around as well. I will commission random shit, and we'll have a jar fund. Like, people will be able to donate specifically to the jar fund just to make anti-jar content. It's gonna be fucking great. I'm gonna try and make like TK Moss or whatever Moss's fucking channel name is. I'm gonna try and bring it back. I'm gonna try and revive it at the same rate as like fucking like Jars. If Moss starts streaming, I'll raid into him. I don't fucking care. Like, listen, Jar, if you come back, I'm gonna make it my life's mission. Not that. Listen, I want you to keep making content. I just want to make you fucking miserable, bro. Oh my god, that video has 10,000 views, bro. Can't wait for one day when he goes, there's a hit piece on me with 200,000 views on it, bro. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait. Joe, Jar, hurry the fuck up, Jar.
Not a part of it. I'm taking advantage of the fact that I'm not a part of it.
I should clarify that we are aware. I think certain people forgot that I was in a certain server at the time, and I could see what was being said. We are aware that you were one of the 2 people who defended Chuuli at the time.
I want to make this clear, though, about that specifically alone. A, no one forgot that you were in the server.
Okay.
Oh, so people just openly said that, knowing that I could see it.
Yes.
That's way more disgusting. Thank you.
Yeah, that's actively worse. What do you mean? I wasn't part of the FCK, guys. Hey, so you know one of the major accusations against the FCK is people were posting like sexual images around minors? You know that's like a core accusation, Kayden. Or what are you doing? Like everyone knew Chuli's age. Okay, bro. Good defense. Well played. Fuck you. What are you on about?
I love that.
Amazing.
Well, the only people that knew were people like me, or people who were staying out of it 100%. People who are, if you've seen that, basically the people who are in the Fiendish Cavern and the people who are in Mary Skeleton War, excluding maybe a handful of people, I don't know their fucking intentions. I was more referring to, like, let's say Blaze is in both servers and she saw that you were in a call with Heaton and then you immediately left that call with Heaton to go to a call with Chuuli.
Mm-hmm.
And we felt, and I'm being transparent here, that was underhanded.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. What, bro? Huh. Okay. We're going to let this play a bit before we go back to the other call, because that's very interesting, because this is something that, like, Blaze would press ponder on in the other call.
How?
Because, Ponder, you should know, one of the major, and it seems now, triggers for Heaton is purposely going into other servers to specifically talk shit behind her back.
How fucking paranoid do you have to be? Actual insanity. How do these people fucking... Like, how are you gonna spend your time being like, listen, I'm fucking the badass bitch who's gonna come after everyone, and then the minute you get, like, the slightest fucking hit on you, you're just like, oh my god, people are so disingenuous. It's like, they're talking behind my back, guys. I don't know if I can cope with it. Bro, fuck off. What?
Sorry.
Okay. One, if that is the case, I don't understand why Heaton does that to others.
Based point. Because, oh, listen, I fucking cannot wait. I cannot wait for more Heaton logs. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Oh.
Two, I was not shit-talking Heaton behind her back. I jumped into a call to hear Heaton's perspective on why she tweeted what she tweeted.
Okay.
And then I jumped into a call with Chuuli to support Chuuli after Chuuli put out the Faghost video, because clearly she needed it.
Because of what Heaton was tweeting.
Oh, I'm thinking of different fucking times.
What?
I'm talking about what happened just recently. Not around the time of the Faghost video. Around the time of the Faghost video.
When was this recently?
April.
April? What?
When Chuuli started going off on Heaton nonstop on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
This past April.
Okay.
Is what I'm referring to. Around that time. As for what happened in 2019, 2020, I don't even fucking remember when the Fagos situation
It was 2021.
Thank you.
Do you remember what was being discussed in the call that I jumped out of with Heaton?
Okay. The real victims anonymous. So fucking true, bro. Okay, we're gonna listen to a little bit more of this before we jump to the other call.
Okay.
I'm just seeing bodies moving and correlating items in my head.
Who are you? The fucking... What's all this weird fucking going into calls with people pocket watching you're all doing? What's up with you? What the fuck?
Okay, well, for clarification, and this is something that I expressed to Heaton, my trust in her and a good chunk of people in the community was severed when the Twitter thread came out. I distanced myself from a lot of people. I forgot about why I did it, and it took me a long time to remember, why do I feel like a tightness in my chest whenever I'm around these individuals? I expressed this to Heaton. I am trying to open up those doors again, but Heaton is very much aware that I think that she was in the wrong and that she was completely inappropriate in that moment. And I'm allowed to be friends with Chuuli.
I am not here to defend Heaton. I am here showing...
No, but you are turning up to, like, run an attack line on the basis of talking to Chuuli, you absolute piece of shit. What the fuck is this? This fucking unreal. What are you doing?
In trying to get understand. If anything, I have some questions as well about that entire fucking pocket dimension of these past few months, and it was just answered. That's all I needed to hear.
It was just answered. That's all I needed to hear. How interesting. Okay. Is it this?
Dropped onto me last minute in a call with...
I think it's this one.
Since that group call with Kayden happened, I have not been able to trust you a lot of the time since that happened. And I don't know if I will or if I...
Pinko with a 5. Sure sounds like you're defending Heaton instead of answering for your actions. So true! Isn't it interesting how Blaze asked exactly these questions in the other call that she clearly already knew the answers to? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to know. No. Where the fuck is it? Where is it? Worth a damn, I think, was the phrase Blaze used to bring up the whole Heaton shit. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Why?
Ever since the call, I cannot... I don't know. I cannot fucking trust her worth a damn. I just can't.
What did she do that made this massive breach of trust?
First of all, this was her server.
Yeah.
Okay? She did not do her due diligence in her own server before involving minors in it.
All right.
Okay? So we were associating with each other the way that we always had.
Mm-hmm.
We were making jokes. One of the jokes being, what was it, babe? I believe it was dick-shaped cookies and waffles?
Yeah, Dick shit. And I was talking about a story of whenever I was part of the Reddit Secret Santa, and I brought up that what somebody gifted me from San Francisco was a penis-shaped cake pop, which you could buy off the street. And then it kind of divulged from there of us just talking about penis-shaped pastries like waffles and cookies and stuff like that.
Of course it was from San Francisco.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think it is a bit past this. Because, like, okay, so, like, they ask early in the call, but they ask really late in the call as well. They're like, I need to know what's in the call. What the fuck was it? It's like super late. Fuck. Actually, I'll send you the voice recording afterwards. Fuck. Where is it? Where is this shit? I know it's here somewhere. Fuck, I might have to find it later. If someone can find me a timestamp in this call when, like, because Blaze asked Ponder directly about this fucking call. And then, like, you've already got the fucking answer. It's like, well, Ponder had already been asked. And they'd been asked with Chuuli in the fucking call. It's completely insane.
Should also clarify, for the majority of the last few months, I have not been on Twitter. I literally don't know the full extent of what Chuuli has been tweeting. I know Chuli's been talking about Heaton. I do not know the full extent of it. Heaton knows that I'm trying to keep the peace. I'm trying to be friends.
Okay.
But it is a struggle.
I do want to clarify this then. This is my opinion. This was my viewpoint alone. I'm not speaking for Heaton. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm speaking for myself. And what I saw was obviously wrong. And I apologize for making that assumption.
Oh, okay. I had to understand what you meant by that. It took me a second. You're meaning that, like, your perception of things was incorrect.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
2640 is when Blaze first brings it up. There we go.
I'll just say names, seeing that the video is about them. And then immediately the next step, go into their own server and start hanging out with people that are in that server and not Heaton server. And that put a bad taste in, more specifically, Blaze's mouth, especially.
Yeah, that really soured it for me, because explicitly the calls that Ponder was part of is like shortly after a text in the server was sent. Basically, it was shortly after Heaton texted in the server, "I'm not doing well," and basically, she was in like her lowest. I don't know what I'm fully allowed to say here, but
Why is that? Okay, firstly, later on this call, Blaze is like, "That's suicidal," and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Why are you doing this? Also, why is that fucking Ponder's problem? Why does everyone in this community have to fucking cater to the mental health issues or like perceived mental health issues of fucking lunatics? The problem is that Heaton throws hits. You can't do both. You can't start throwing this shit out and then be really sad about stuff. It's okay to be like, hey, I need a break from stuff. Don't talk to me. Like, everyone does this from time to time. Vlad does this. Vlad's occasionally like, hey, I'm just taking a break from everything. You know what Vlad does? He logs the fuck off. Vlad disappeared for a week and a half and just was like, I'm gone for a week and a half. I'm just on holiday. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. I don't want to talk about it. I'm having a little feel a little burnt out. Don't want to talk about it. That's what you do. You don't go, I'm really burnt out, guys. This is too much. I'm gonna fucking end myself. And then go and, like, stalk Discords. It's fucking, it's insanely pathetic. And it's, like, obviously doesn't help you.
And I don't know what was happening in those calls, because the majority of the time whenever those calls were happening, it's either I was in the middle of something or I was just trying to stay in my own little Kayden bubble.
You saw that I was in a call with Heaton, and then I jumped into a call with Chuuli, and you assumed that I was shit-talking Heaton in that call with Chuuli because I jumped into that call?
Yeah, that was a pretty bold assertion, saying that it was underhanded when you don't...
Yeah, it's almost completely fucking mental as a thing to think.
Don't even know what happened.
And actually, do you know what? Even, oh my god, even if he was right, you never bring this up to people in the fucking call because, like, you have no evidence for it. You have nothing but your own, like, fucking paranoia and supposition. So you just, like, look, like, let's say Ponder's lying. Let's say Ponder's lying, just hypothetically. And it was to jump into a call and shit talk Heaton. You have no evidence for this. You have no way to fucking prove it. Like, all they'd have to say is, no, you're fucking crazy, and you end up looking like a retard. What the fuck is wrong with you? How do you put yourself in this position? Jesus. The worst part is Kayden could have just fucking joined the very call he is talking about to see what the fuck Ponder and I were talking about. Was it an open fucking... Oh, yeah, of course, because it's not, like, locked channels, is it? God, that's fucking dumb.
Happened.
Like, if I'm trying to be friends with both of them, obviously I'm going to, every once in a while, jump into calls with both of them. And every once in a while, that's gonna be, like, back-to-back sometimes. If I'm in a call with Heaton, and if I'm remembering correctly, I was in a call with multiple people, because every time I'm in a call with Heaton in Skeleton Server, or Married Skeleton War, whatever the hell it's called, I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's with multiple people.
Yeah. This is where... Sorry, if you hear a cat in the background, that's all.
It's fine.
This is where my predicament comes in. Explanation, excuse, you get the idea. For the past 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, past 7 years, I have been going from friend group, social circle to friend group, social circle, where that was the pattern of behavior.
Oh, with the shit talking?
Shit talking behind their back and in purpose circles where everybody can see.
Huh, that's really interesting. Hold on, let's listen back to that again.
Circle to friend group 21, 22, 20. An excuse, you get the idea. For the past 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, past 7 years, I have been going from friend group, social circle to friend group, social circle, where that was the pattern of behavior.
That sounds like a him problem. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Dude, if you constantly find yourself in these fucking situations, maybe you're the fucking issue. Maybe you're actively seeking out groups like that or like fit into them well, because that's how you are. Because what it sounds like happened, and so, tell me chat if you think I'm fucking crazy, but what it sounds to me like what happened was Ponder was in a call with Heaton and then jumped into a call with Chuuli, and then multiple other people started shit talking Chuuli and Ponder behind their backs of the paranoid idea that that's what they would be doing to them. There's this thing in like relationships where like people who cheat will always accuse their partners of cheating. It's like if your partner, almost with no fucking like evidence, out of nowhere starts accusing you of cheating, bro, that's a red flag. That is like a super red flag, because that's like people mirror. And this is like a really common thing. People assume what they do to other people is what other people are going to do to them. It is the biggest like red flag. So like for instance, I don't like I very rarely accuse anyone of shit talking me, because like generally I say things publicly. It's my expectation. Partly also I don't really give a shit, but like it's one of those things of like it wouldn't occur to me that I would matter enough to anybody to get into a fucking private call and shit talk me. Like, I would think that that was supremely weird that anyone would give a shit enough. But obviously people do that. Like, I'm aware, like, kind of vaguely that people have done that, because people have been like, hey, have you heard about this random thing that happened? People shit talking you into cool, kind of yada yada. So if you're doing this, Kayden, it's because you're like, You're not a symptom, you're part of the fucking problem, bro. Go Rides with the 2. As I've said before, SCC Cloak and Dagger bullshit. Yes, we are going to be doing Cloak and Dagger very shortly. We're going to be doing Cloak and Dagger probably this week, okay?
Oh, with the shit talking?
Shit talking behind their back and in purpose circles where everybody can see.
Mm-hmm.
And needless to say, when I see something that even has a grain that looks like it snaps in my brain that is happening.
I should clarify, we have spoken about Heaton, but it's in the context of Heaton's thread and how it made us feel and how we felt that it was inappropriate. We have been...
We're very direct when we shit talk you back at. What I like.
Cooing doesn't seem like the right word, but like reassuring one another that like our feelings on the matter were valid. And for additional clarification, when we first came back together and started talking about it, we were not sure, and me in particular, I was not sure that what I was seeing in the thread was what I was seeing. I thought I was being uncharitable. I wasn't sure that I wanted to give Heaton the benefit of the doubt that the victim blaming I saw in the thread was not actually victim blaming. So I started going around to other people within the community, hiding the fact that these tweets came from Heaton, and asking people what they would think about a Twitter thread that contained some of the things that were in that thread. At no point did I say that it was Heaton until I was in a call with Linlin and Aaron recognized exactly who I was talking about. And when he asked me, I was truthful about it because I didn't want to lie. But I was going around asking people their perspective because I wanted to give Heaton the benefit of the doubt and not believe that that thread was quite as bad as it was. And the consensus that I got was not great.
Okay. And
Tinker with the 5. Don't tease us again, Beckett. If you say you're doing Cloak and Dagger this week, you better. I will.
I'm sorry for rushing to assertions. I'm sorry for making that assumption this recently. The only thing I could say is, to my experience, is I have dealt with this too many goddamn times that it's just something I immediately go to be protective of myself.
I understand.
Yeah, I can get that.
Yes.
I have been talking about Heaton in the context of we were all hurt by what Heaton did. It wasn't
therapeutic in the therapeutic sense, yes.
And Heaton has specified that Chuli's allowed to be mad at her forever. I've been trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I can't deny the fact that that thread hurt and it caused harm.
And I'm not here to deny that either.
Yes.
In fact, as you said before, when that happened, I was one of the few people defending Chuuli. I know exactly what happened. And I am not here, and what I'm saying is, during the Phagos situation, I knew exactly what was happening.
What do you mean? What do you mean you knew exactly what was happening during the Phagos situation? Aren't you, like, friends with Heaton? If you knew exactly what was happening, how are you not actively calling out Heaton for attacking Chuuli? Like, how is that not the point where you're like, hey, like, Heaton, shut the fuck up, like, what are you doing? I was defending Chuuli, I was friends with this person, we're all part of a tightly knit group, but, like, you kind of just let it ride? I mean, that doesn't make you sound better, that makes you sound fucking worse. Bro, what? Jeffy Bev with a 5. Beckett, I will do Cloak and Dagger this week. I will narrate. I will. Narrator, he lied as easily as he breathed. Hurtful.
And, like, I had more information than other people had.
That makes you so much worse, dude. The call. Leave, what are you doing?
And that is why because I was in one of those calls and you all informed me of the false story that he decided to throw at us.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That does concern me a bit. When Heaton found that Chuuli was making a video, she specifically came to me and asked if I was helping Chuuli make a video shitting on her. Am I to assume...
To quote Kai to Kayden, stop quacking, bro. True. Thank you for the 2. Bro did nothing and expected to be seen as better. Yeah, fucking actually wild.
That Heaton believes that I am conspiring against her behind the scenes? Because I'll say it right now for clarification, I am the one who decided that Heaton would not be named in our Faghost video.
Okay. And I can't speak for her. That's all I can say. The trust thing in this whole entire miasma of bullshit. If you want my complete honesty, I wish you removed my permission for that server as well, so I don't have to fucking see it anymore.
Oh my god, bro. You're such a fucking faggot. Holy sh... I'm sorry! What else am I meant to do with this? You are in your 30s. I wish you'd remove my permissions for the server, so I don't have to see it anymore. Is this not the fucking gayest thing you have ever heard in your life? This is unbelievable. What am I meant to do with this? Like, it's just fucking unreal. What the fuck is wrong with you? Holy shit. What? I don't know, bro. Fucking just leave it. Just leave it. Why didn't you just fucking go to the server and just leave it? Fucking .redact dev or whatever the fuck Dan fucking website is. What do you mean? What do you mean? Can you remove me? Why are you asking the girl in her 20s to remove you from the server, retard? Oh my god. This are just unreal. Bro. I feel like I'm taking psychic damage listening to this guy. It's just so frustrating. Oh, that same channel is the one he went into right after this call to bitch about this call. Oh, bro, you should actually delete your accounts. Like, this is embarrassing. How do you come back from this? Like, this call, like, listen, again, nowhere in this call have I said that this guy is a fucking groomer, but, like, this call is, like, I don't know, like... It'd almost be less embarrassing if you were. Fuck me.
Because there are several moments where it's kind of a circle jerk. No one's... And there are moments where you can point at, like, yeah, that's just them venting what fucked shit happened at a fucking Panera Bread or some bullshit like that.
Well, that's why I stated Heaton may talk about how it's triggering for her specifically to know that people are shit talking about her behind the scenes, but that is the type of behavior I would see in that chat when I had access.
Same, and that is one of the reasons why I kind of muted it a majority of the fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm not here denying shit. I'm here agreeing. Like, it's one of the reasons why I'm like, full transparency. While I still consider several people in that server my friends, I have been distancing myself from that server.
I don't sound this ridiculous when I'm like blackout drunk. Okay, like I unironically, fuck, I listened back to like me on someone else's stream while I was still hammered. And I was talking about some shit that was like, it's been bothering me for a while, unironically. And I don't sound this fucking bad. Like, and at least I've got an excuse. I was fucking blackout. How are you doing this sober, bro? What's up? Like, just unreal.
For a new group of friends that I've been having as of late that have been more beneficial for my health, beneficial for my mental stability, and beneficial for my growth. And
I'd press X to doubt, bro. Come on.
That is the juxtaposition, I guess, of how I feel about that. So I'm right there with you, is what I'm saying. Like it's hypocritical on their end.
Damn, I just realized Lio sounds like Terrence McMillan if he was an alcoholic with terminal undiagnosed autism. I don't know who Terrence McMillan is, but thank you for the 5.
Wondering, I don't know.
Maybe it's the autism. We can't blame everything on autism. We just can't. Listen, there are plenty of perfectly functional autistic people. No mental health stuff is an excuse for any of this. You still have to grow up. Like, unironically, like most people, I've had mental health issues. Like, this isn't, like, again, happy to talk about the fact that I went through, like, quite severe PTSD. It's not an excuse for anything. It's just not.
Is really relevant to the conversation, but if Heaton is concerned about shit-talking to the point where it affects her mental health, I completely understand.
Though if I get cancelled, I am going to start claiming I'm autistic, dyslexic, and went through PTSD. Just so we're clear, all my previous statements I've made, even in this stream, are not going to stop me doing it when I get cancelled. I'm going to milk that shit, okay?
And I also understand your stance on having
and you can all call me out for it, it'll be
based.
based.
Because of constant
content for
shit-talking.
years!
I also literally experienced that. I understand all of that. However, when it comes to Heaton's actions, they were extremely harmful. And they were public.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So Chuuli making tweets in a certain fashion that may seem a lot to some people, considering just the impact that her threat had on not only Chuuli, but also me and B to an extent. It's hard for me to be like, I can't.
Like, here's the thing. Clown and Chuuli are being pretty nice in this fucking call. I don't blame them for it, because, again, he's being confronted with stuff that happened years ago, and it's, like, a difficult thing to be confronted with. He is being, like, a whiny bitch about it, but, like, I get it. It's not until you get to the later stuff that you're like, oh, dude, come on. Can I rise with a 5? Look, Kayden is going to the VTuber community. No backstabbing and mean girl shit there, right? He's gonna have a bad time. So sad. He won't survive in the VTuber community. He actually won't survive in it. He'll just get eaten. Also, the problem is that he's not really entertaining. Like, he's just not entertaining as a human being. Like, you've kind of got a point where, what's a good way to put this? He's aged out of it. As a male VTuber, you've got a particular age bracket for your humor and how you engage with people. And he doesn't have the pitch or tempo to be a successful VTuber. I will be very, very surprised if he gets anywhere in that community without just... He'll probably get cancelled for something, unironically. Especially if someone like Blaze gets involved. If Blaze gets involved, the rest of the VTuber community will eat him just to get rid of her. Because they are like, hyper, you need to be nice and kawaii. Basically.
I can't really think of the proper word, but you understand where I'm coming from. Like, her actions were were public and were extremely aggressive, so Chuuli making her stance known on, like, the hurt that she faced should not be seen as, like, taking it too far. This was all public.
I'm not saying that you said this, but, like, just for, like, to clarify where I stand on this, I don't think I should have to watch my tone with someone who brags about how she'll always be able to outscream anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And brags about how people love her aggressive tone. Because when it comes back at her, she got what she put in.
And she, obviously, it affected her badly. That's why I think it's kind of ridiculous knowing that she's in a server where she has a vent chat where people literally just talk shit, but yet that's how it affects her.
You have to be able to back it up. You have to be able to back it up. That's the reality. Like, you can't do you can't act like this.
For mental health, that's not healthy. So,
Actually, Chuuli, I apologize that we've sort of overtaken the conversation at this point, but I do want to fill Kayden in on something. Heaton and I got into a call in late 2023 to discuss the thread and my tumultuous trust in her and other members in the community. In that call, as I was, talking about the victim blaming and the tone policing and how inappropriate it was and how damaging it was, Heaton asked, if tone policing is such an issue, why didn't I speak up when Spectre tone policed her? And I bring this up specifically because I think it sheds a little light. I'm not even sure on what. It's just one of those things that really stands out. She asked why I didn't speak up when Spectre tone policed her. Completely. I don't want to say ignoring because that seems malicious, but not acknowledging that I also directly didn't confront her when she tone policed Chuuli at the time, which had happened literally a month before that. So she put out a damaging thread that made us question our own victimhood and confirmed a lot of fears that we had that the community would not believe us if we came forward.
Yeah.
Didn't really just contributed to that, and then asked why a month later, after she had done that to us, why I didn't speak up and help her because she was struggling.
Dude, fucking. It is crazy. The more you get into this story, Vlad was so fucking angry hearing this. Actually, this is up there with as angry as I have heard Vlad over a fucking drama. It's just so fucked.
Okay.
It's I don't know. It's one of those things that really. I don't even remember most of that call, but it's one thing that really stands out, that Heaton can do so much harm and not acknowledge the extent of.
Right, okay. Okay, I've just been sent something. I can't show it to you. Dude. I don't know. There's a real chat shit get hit kind of fucking vibe to a lot of this stuff, and I don't know how you come back from this, and I don't know how you defend it. Honestly, it's just actually pathetic. It's fucking unreal. Unreal.
Of the harm that she does, and then still expect you to speak up in her defense. And I'm not saying that this is a malicious thing. I'm saying it's something I've been a little concerned about.
I will say this as well. I don't want to say too much, but I do know that this particular pattern of behavior hasn't fucking gone anywhere. It's exactly how Heaton acts in every situation. This self-entitled woe is me shit. It's fuck off. Actually fuck off. Do you know what the sign is as well? When I have dramas these days, which is kind of a nice thing about the position I'm in, I will admit this, it's almost a bit of a privileged position. I'll get DMs, I'll get far more DMs if there's a drama involving me or something's going on of oh, Beckett, you good? Is there, do you, like, hey, if you need a hand with this particular person taking a shot at you, let me know. Like, hope things are cool. Dude, this is really fun, or whatever. And generally, my response to these is like, yeah, no, it's cool, whatever. No one needs to, like, step in and do anything. It's fucking irrelevant drama. Like, the idea of going to your friends and demanding that kind of support, like, you just don't need to do that. You shouldn't need to do this. It's like, how fucking weak are you? If you're the sort of person doing the stuff like me or Vlad do, you should fight your own battles. In fact, you should be on the other side where you're fighting more for other people, even when it's putting you in the firing line, because you can take it. And because it's fun, but because it's not like a problem. But this is just weak. You are bitch-made, Heaton. Absolutely fucking bitch-made. And it's a real know-your-place kind of thing. Because you want to know the difference between people like Heaton and people like Chuuli? Heaton, like, fucking cries about shit. Sorry, Heaton cries about shit. Chuuli does something about it. Chuuli spent the time getting the calls together, getting the evidence together, actually fighting back from a, like, completely fucked position. Oh, you're gonna lose it with the cloak and dagger stuff? Yeah, I'm gonna have to properly prep for that, I think. It's just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Sorry, like, we're nearly there. There's 10 minutes left. It's been a long week already.
It's one of the things that has made it difficult to trust her. It's one of the things that I am trying so very desperately to get past, I guess, so that I can open the door for trust. But the fact that those experiences are there
makes it hard.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm trying to be civil. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to give Heaton the benefit of the doubt.
Why?
But
sorry.
I'm gonna be real. I'm
More
glad that
charitable
you
than me.
agree that Chuli's in the right here.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can at least get some agreements on that. It's very much appreciated.
Because, yeah, the only side that I've gotten flack for still being friends with the other side is not this side. Chuli's been really understanding about the fact that I'm trying to keep the peace. Mm-hmm.
I have a simple rule, and I have said this a billion times over, and I will say it until I'm on my deathbed. If you ever say the statement, it's either me or them, I will choose them every time. Unless, and I will clarify this, it is something clearly heinous.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's implied.
Yeah.
Of course.
Chuuli,
Yes.
I can't stress how apologetic I am.
Oh, well, I wish you'd maintained that statement. Then we wouldn't be here, you howling retard.
Of my actions in the past. I'm still trying to figure out things about myself to this very day. I'm not asking you to be my friend. I am not asking you to let it go or let it live in the past, because I know that is not how this works. I am just hoping.
You're a weeping mess? Like, who can blame you? Surely you got fucked over for years. And, like, again, if it was, like, one of us, like, one of the guys, I'd kind of be like, and listen, maybe this is just the fact that I'm not into this whole kind of, like, feminism, men should have emotions kind of shit over everything. Like, I'd maybe be a bit more critical, but, like, I really wouldn't worry about it. Like, come on. I think you're fine.
That someday that you and I can reconcile and move on. Not be friends and reconcile, just move forward with our lives.
I don't think I could do that right now. Because essentially right now I'm experiencing it all again with new eyes and perspective on just how bad what was happening to me, like just how bad the things that were happening to me, how bad they were. And I would like
There we go.
your cooperation on what would help me through this. Which,
Can you give me 1 second? I need to change headphones.
okay,
Batteries. Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
I would like for you to tell your inner circle what happened, because I feel like that's not something that can just be swept under the rug. Especially now that it's seeming that I'm reviving these memories for you, if you have them at all, or just making you aware of the fact that they happened. I do want you to say something publicly. I don't know to the extent of how I want that yet. That is something that I'm going to have to think over. I would like that from you. And personally, I would like it if you took some time to yourself, to your friend group, to ideally, but I know it's hard in this country, and I believe in your state, any kind of therapy.
I have.
Okay. I would
I'll bring it up in my next session.
Okay. I would like you to take some time just to yourself, to therapy, to your friends, and just kind of, I don't know, sit with the knowledge of what happened to fully understand over the course of some time, to help let it marinate for you, as I'm trying to do for me. Because I don't think I want you to just continue on publicly like nothing happened.
Seems pretty reasonable to me.
I don't think that would do me any favors. Or you, I think you would benefit from taking some time away from the public to sit with these new revelations of the things that you did and better yourself from them.
I'll do the best that I can. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, that's a lot.
I understand, but what happened to me was a lot.
True.
And
Why
I
is
didn't
it like, oh god, like every time someone's in drama in this fucking community, so much for me to deal with, guys. It's so difficult. I don't know how I'm gonna go. Dude, fuck, man. Like, dude, man up. This dude, fucking Kayden sounds like more of a woman than the women in the fucking call. Like, what are you doing?
ask for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I thought I was bad when I was
Whenever
hammered. Fuck
I
me.
think it through and come to an understanding of what I believe would make me feel the best going forward between us.
Hey, cool. How you doing, bro?
I will either, I will probably ask B to get back to you on it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna leave. I don't know if we've said everything we needed to say. If anyone else has anything else they need to add.
The only thing I can really say is just I hope you understand the severity of your actions.
I do.
And understand where we are coming from on a lot of things and a lot of your opinions of Chuuli, I hope have changed now.
They have.
Good. Because a lot of what my friend has faced has been extremely unfair, and just not appropriate for a long time, and I'm thankful that you understand a lot of things, so yeah.
We do appreciate that you have been receptive.
I try my best.
I'm sure you all found that
my
very
God.
interesting. Chuuli was very patient with Kayden and showed him more grace than I probably would have in that situation. Of note is not only that he's lied to others about the content and...
Also, I just want to be clear, if Lio is still in chat, this entire model kit pissed me the fuck off. This model kit pissed me off so much to watch you make it. I really, really hate this model kit. On multiple levels. It is fiddly, the pieces barely fit together, it kept fucking breaking on you. Please never buy whatever the fuck this is again. And it looks super fucking weird. I don't know what the fuck this is. It's horrifying. Honestly, what the fuck are you doing? It's just why did it piss you off? Because it's fiddly and broke. It's just, and it's weird, and the pose is horrible. What is this? What is this? What are half the fucking pieces to this fucking thing? Dude, this is the worst model kit you have ever built in a video. It's actually awful.
Direction of this call, but he tried to...
I do build models. I do build Gunpla. Okay? So I end up watching these videos and watching Lio build the fucking things. And I actually fucking hated this one. This is unironically the worst one he's done.
Throw Sinet, a server that only ever helped him, under the bus. But also, right after this call, he went into Heaton's server to complain about it. In the very chat he was complaining about. Classy. Also of note is Kayden asking the same questions about Ponder hopping into different calls that Blaze later did herself. Almost as if they were both hoping to have some opening to pivot into. Fascinating. Since Chuli's video, Kayden has hit the video with a privacy notice and tried very hard to continue to obfuscate what happened. So has Blaze, with Blaze apparently acting like she didn't know what Kayden was being accused of. Fun fact about that, she was told right after...
Waifu with the 5. Turns out that was all a lie and Kayden/Blaze proceeded to crash out later. True. Blaze the weirdo. Kayden just made me privy to some information regarding a call that involved him, Chuuli, Clown, and Clownteeth. The fact that this was now an accusation of sexual assault towards Kayden, honestly, I don't know what to think. Wait, accusation of sexual assault? It wasn't. It was sexual harassment. Holy fuck. Is that something I'm not aware of? Because the call between us didn't cover sexual assault.
The call I just played, because Ponder got in call with her and walked her through.
Can I call you to help me explain this to Blaze? What the fuck?
Look, lying never really works out, so I don't get why people only double down on it. If Kayden had just owned all of this and Blaze learned to be quiet for 5 seconds, things wouldn't have escalated like this. But here we are. You can check Chuli's community posts if you want more info. I'll go ahead and let you all go for now. I've got more stuff to do, so I'll see you next time. Take care.
Okay. Fuck, that is the fucking... Wow. Fuck me. Fuck. 1 second. Very cool. Good call, right? Yes. Yes, that was fucking banging. That was banging. Sticker from Hopkins. Oh. Well done, guys. Please enjoy this pile of stickers, because you've been fucking killing it tonight. They're so good. They bring me such joy. I'm glad they bring you joy as well. Oh, fucking hell. Look, we're not done with this content. As I say, we're going to have Cloak and Dagger later in the week. We're gonna have Cloak and Dagger later in the week. It is coming. It is coming. Finally, we're getting there. We're getting there. Fuck. I'm gonna listen to this actual stream section just to make sure I'm right. Just to make sure that I'm being fair to this absolute. I mean, at this point, I don't know what could be in this stream section to convince me otherwise, because it doesn't really address any of the other shit that Kayden's done. It doesn't address the fact that he is the whiniest of whiny bitches. Oh god. Didn't they get deleted? No. Cloak and Dagger still exists. There are still Cloak and Dagger calls. A lot of them are Liar's channel, or people have mirrors to them. Loveless with the 2. Finally, I've been waiting for that all stream. Glad I could help. Also, we have more stuff coming in the future with people such as... fucking Toasty, because Thuman mentioned earlier that there is going to be a Toasty vanilla call. And I mentioned earlier that I've already heard some of it. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. It's going to be fucking banging. It's going to be banging. Also, thank you, Becca. My pleasure, Chuuli. Thank you for the... Honestly, thank you for the banging content, Chuuli. And I'm glad that you're getting some catharsis out of this. The least I can do. Least I can do in repayment. So we'll get there. Yes, soon. Yeah, that is going to be a fucking long stream, guys. That's going to be such a long fucking stream. I'm going to die. I'm actually going to fucking die. Oh, God. Okay. My sleep pattern is still fucked. I have meetings like super early. So we've got a little bit of time. We've got like 4 minutes, okay? Because in 4 minutes, Core is going live, and I'm going to raid you into Core. My buddy Core, another one of the Now Recording boys. Gotta love a bit of time with the Now Recording boys. So you guys have 4 minutes to tell me things in chat that you want me to know. 4 minutes to tell me your secrets and tales. Your secrets and tales, guys. I have the Cloak and Dagger stuff saved if you need them, but it sounds like you have them. I don't know if I've got all of them. If you've got them in a Google Drive or something, I wouldn't mind you sending them to me in like a DM or something. Warlord Fang with a 5. Play the Can-Can, Beckett. No, we're not doing Can-Can at the end. Listen, I think this stream is going to stay like fucking green, so we can do Can-Can next time. Also, Can-Can has a high price on it. My name is pronounced C-Vance, not K-Vance, lol. Listen, why are you guys doing this to me? Plug the art cord. I want to post more models for the lads. Yes, guys, join the Discord. Join the Discord. We have so many talented artists and people making things. It's really fucking great. There's so much banging fan art and people doing cool stuff. Join the Discord, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Buy a membership. More banging content to come. I've got a couple of videos in the work. One of them's going to be a fucking woo video, I think. I'm still in 2 minds about actually putting it out, but like we'll fucking see. It probably needs to come out. Fuck it, whatever. Be a bit like cathartic. Maddie Kitten with a 5. How was Arch-Tempered Raid Deo for the heightened rank 80? I haven't fought it yet. I haven't got round to it. I've been playing Star Citizen. That's basically all I've been playing for like fucking weeks now. But I might come play a bit of Monster Hunter. I might give myself a break, a little bit of Monster Hunter. It could be fun. No, I didn't, Arkham. No, I didn't. And I got a stern talking to about not incriminating myself on stream. Good times. I know nothing about this dagger thing. What kind of wild ride am I in for? Dagger scene thing is going to provide a lot of context to how a lot of these people acted over time. I think it's going to be quite a good stream. think it's going to be quite a good in-depth breakdown stream. It'll probably be Friday, so I can go into like Saturday dealing with it, you know? Or I think it'll be one of those. But yeah, it should be pretty fucking good. I'm looking forward to it. Show them the gun. Oh yes. Yeah, okay. Hold on. 1 second. I think I did some like fucking banging artwork, which I absolutely love. So I need to go and find it now. Oh dude, made a few days ago, but oh dude, someone just shared this. That's fucking awesome. That's so good. Gecko, thank you so much. I will probably use that on stream at some point. That's Gecko. If you're still in chat, is that alright if I use this in thumbnails? Because this is fucking great. This would be really good for certain thumbnails. That's really fucking good. So like, if that's alright. I can't see Gecko in chat, and like I'm like losing my mind, but like I'm gonna assume that's a yes. It's usually a yes with fan art. That's really fucking good. Okay, let me find Pinker's post. And scroll for things. Yeah, there we go. This is so cool. Absolutely. Okay, based. Let's go. Let's go. Also, this is adorable. I made this into a sticker almost instantly, and now I'm using it loads. Fan art showcase. Yeah, I do like. I occasionally go through like an update, and update a load of like stuff on Twitter and like put out a thread of like fan art. Maybe I need to do another one. Do I have a favorite Pokemon? I really like Bulbasaur. I really like the. Yeah, I really like Bulbasaur. I really like... What other Pokemons do I like? What other Pokemon... I can't remember the names of some of the ones I like, but I generally like them. What's, some other good fucking Pokemon who are like... Bulbasaur's so cute? Yeah. Bulbasaur's adorable. Like, absolutely banger Pokemon. I like Beedrill. Beedrill's pretty fucking cool. Very underrated Pokemon. Most insect type Pokemon, like Parasect is really cool. What else? What other Pokemon? Like Kingler and stuff like that, obviously. Crab-based Pokemon, also really cool. By the way, I got a DM back. Didn't expect you to answer that on stream. Oh, that's cool. Pinsir and Aerocross. Yeah, no, all with Pokemon. I don't know what Scopopeed is. Okay, like I like a lot of the Pokemon I'll know are from like Gen 1, right? Because I'm like old. I like the Golem Pokemon that makes sense. Also, like, there's the 3 Pokemon that, like, are, like, one controls, like, earth and fire, and the other's, like, water, and then there's, like, the, like, sky dragon thing that's, like, telling them both to shut the fuck up. I think that's really funny. So I like them as a group. I just think that shit's hilarious. Fuck. Okay. Is Core actually streaming now? He is! Core is streaming. I'm gonna go. Listen, I'm gonna raid you into Core. You guys have been fucking great. I will be back before too long. I'll be back later this week. I'll either be back for a very short stream on Thursday, and then we'll do a Cloak and Dagger on Friday, or I'll just be back for Friday. We'll see what's going on. You guys are awesome. I will chat to you soon. Please have a great rest of your week. Thanks so much for hanging out. Go send your love to Core. Peace.